Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. What's going on? What's going on? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, April the 6th, 2025. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Got a lot of red in the market. We have started a new week in the market. This officially Sunday. That begins the new week of trading. And we already got some bleeding going on in crypto. So you better believe I'm going to go over it. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. How's everybody doing out there? Give it a little minute. Let some people come in. What's up, Tino? Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Tino. What's up, ZZ? Like I said, ZZ, I remember you saying, hey, you don't want to see it, but here we are. We coming down. So I'm going to go over here in a minute. Said we on the way down as boss predicted. And guess what? I've been calling this for over a month. So we're going to get into it most definitely. What's up, Claude? What's up, Scott? Appreciate y'all joining. I'm doing great. I'm doing great on this Sunday. What's up, Mike? Again, who else is going to tell y'all a month in advance what's going to happen in the market? I'm just curious. Who else is going to do that? Especially not these crypto influencers that y'all see. I just seen one today pretty much guaranteeing that we're about to break out. But again, that's retail. They don't know. They don't really know what they're talking about. So that ain't no shade or no shots neither. You just got to leave this to the professionals. What's up, Shot Swag? What's up, Superhero Hayes? Say you're here for the true info. I definitely appreciate y'all joining. What's up, Gabrielle? Yes, discount galore. Whether you're trying to get it in the stock market, crypto market, I've been telling y'all for over a month now, be stacking that fiat, stacking that cash, and we're going to get into it here in a minute. Today, I'm not going to get into no video news. I'm going to get straight to the charts because that's where I thrive at. What's up, Omar? Shout out to you. Make sure y'all hit that like button. If you haven't signed up, if you want to learn the skill set, come over here, sign up for the Patreon. Doing I got beginner lessons, and if you want to learn technical analysis, come over here, sign up to the Patreon. You won't regret it. You're going to be able to take something that nobody can take away from you. You can have this skill set for a lifetime. Let's go ahead and come to the let's see. Let's look at the economic calendar right quick. Let's go ahead and look at the economic calendar. Y'all go ahead and give me a roll call. Give me a shout out and give me a roll call. Scott, you said it's pretty slick to be on this side of things. Forever grateful, dude. I appreciate it, Scott. You've been here since day one, pretty much. I definitely appreciate it. Again, it's not too many people that know what they're doing when it comes to these markets. It's not too many. And I consider myself in the 1% of traders. So, okay, we got Richmond, Virginia in the building. We got Chicago in the building. Let me get that roll call. We got Florida in the building. Shout out to Florida. Y'all shout out. Give me a quick shout out. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the Patreon. But, okay, we got East Coast Canada in the building. Shout out to Canada. We got NY, New York City in the building, or New York State. We got New York in the building. Shout out to New York on this good old Sunday. So as we look at the economic calendar, let me zoom in a little bit. We got the economic calendar. This is the calendar for the upcoming week, the 6th through the 12th. Today is April 6th, and we pretty much began the new week of trading. Monday and Tuesday, we have no economic news. So we already got some selling off in the market, but I'm not going to expect much. It was already pre-programmed in the market for the markets to come down. Shout out to South Georgia in the building. Shout out to Georgia. Wednesday, we got Wednesday through Friday. We got high impact news, FOMC meeting, CPI data, unemployment claims, PPI, and consumer sentiment report. So that's a lot of high impact news that's coming to the market. And this week right here, I consider this the first week of April. Even though last week, April began on a Tuesday, I consider this week 1 of April. So keep that in mind. And that's based from the charts, not just the calendar, but from the charts. The charts on the pretty much on the weekly time frame. Last week it was still March, even though we crossed over into April. So I had to show y'all that in the charts. Why I say that. If y'all just joining, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, sign up for the Patreon as well. Let me see right quick. Let's go ahead and look at the crypto matrix. Let's look at the crypto matrix. What's up, Jay Glover? Appreciate you joining. All right, we got some discounts. And like I said, I've been calling this for a while. A lot of people doubted me. I'm waiting for the doubters to come in. Let the doubters come in, especially the people that didn't think the markets were going lower. And then we're going to talk about some content creators who think the market was going to go higher. But I ain't throwing no shade. I just want to prove that retail has no idea, especially retail influencers on social media. They don't know shit about these markets. All right now we got XRP trading at $1.90. We're not done. We got XLM trading at 22 cents. That's a great opportunity for XLM. XDC 6 cents and showing weakness. HBAR 13 cents showing weakness. Bitcoin, and again, I've been calling Bitcoin since, let me see, since about December 24. Or at the end of the year last year, I was calling for Bitcoin to come down to these levels. Probably had some doubters, but it is what it is. But Bitcoin currently trading at 77,800. Ethereum 1,500. We're gonna get into. I need to do some Ethereum analysis. See where we're going with ETH. We got Algo at 16 cents. We got Solana at $105, and then we're going to also cover some NASDAQ, S&P, and the Dow Jones, the indexes, the stock indexes. So let's not beat around the bush. Let's go ahead and come to the XRP chart. Ryan, man, oh man, I hope XRP don't drop too bad. Ryan, you've been coming to my live streams. You already know it was going to drop. So why are you hoping? Why are you hoping? Because if you've been following my channel, I pretty much been guiding y'all through the stress. I'm pretty much taking a lot of stress off of y'all plate, but you won't allow me. You're still hoping and wishing. So allow me to take some stress off of your plate. So let's go ahead and come over to XRP. Let me go out to the 3-month time frame. Again, on the 3-month time frame, we haven't dropped down here yet, but it's still in play. Like I said, I called this last quarter. I started calling this around February and March. I was saying, hey, what is this down here? A lot of y'all wasn't probably paying attention then, but I had to keep reiterating, hey, this is a possibility that the market can drop down here. And we're not finished. This $1.90, what did it get down to so far? So far, I think today or yesterday, it dropped down at $1.86. This is my first time to the charts today. So we're going to get a fresh analysis. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Subscribe if y'all brand new. So again, this is still in play. Fair value gap in the form of a BISI. Let me, I got to redo this. Let me drop this Fibonacci from the high of the gap down to the low of the gap. And this is XRP. I'm going to cover the other assets here in a second. Let me go ahead and set this up. But make sure y'all shout out where you're from if you're just joining. Yes, we've been calling this. I mean, have y'all not been paying attention? Have y'all not been paying attention? 178.90. And how's everybody doing on this Sunday evening? Are y'all working? Are y'all off today? Are y'all looking forward for the upcoming week? Y'all pretty much should have been stacking that fiat for the last 2 months. I've been saying this for the past 2 months because guess what? It's time to put that capital to work, at least in my book. It's time to put that capital to work. So I'm about to be putting some capital to work. Right now, I'm not pulling the trigger on XRP. I don't need XRP, to be honest, but for people that need it, if it was me, and if I was about to pull the trigger, I wouldn't pull the trigger now until we come down to this gap inside of it. I want to trade inside of it because at this swing low right here, there's liquidity, and look at the top of the gap, $1.78. If we come any lower, $1.50 will be my next target. So keep that in mind. That's pretty much y'all saying you hope it doesn't come down that far. Scott, you said obviously their thumbs are broken. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button for me, man. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're brand new. If you want to learn this skill set, sign up for the Patreon. Sign up for the Patreon. The link is in the description. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. All right, that's the 3-month time frame for XRP. Again, this is a large BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. It lacked any selling in here. So if you're just joining my concepts, or the markers are algorithmic. I'm of the belief that the markers are algorithmic and they repeat over and over again. And there's a large discount below the market that didn't offer any selling. So they're going to want to drop this down here to offer some type of selling, to offer it at a discount. Let's drop down to the monthly. On the monthly time frame, we got 24 trading days left to complete the month of April. 24 trading days. As you can see so far, y'all remember last month during February, or March, excuse me, during March, we didn't take out the previous month's low nor the previous month's high. So I was telling y'all, anytime you see a candle that does that, where we don't come out down and take out the previous candle's low or high, and we're stuck inside of a range, you can anticipate this candle right here, the following candle, to be very volatile, very explosive. And we only been a few days in the week. Last week was a lot of economic news, a lot of things going on in the market. Remember, the narrative right now in the overall market is tariffs and recession. Tariffs and recession. So that could possibly be a black swan event. It's playing out right now. So if we're going into a recession, they're going to tank the market. They're going to drop it lower to buy it back up. That's what smart money does. That's what smart money does. So we're going to drop the market. And again, I think like smart money, I'm getting in sync with order flow. I'm getting in sync with what they do. But so far this month, we got 24 trading days left. So now from the monthly, let's drop down to the weekly. And then I'm going to stop right there. And then we're going to go intraday. I'm going to review the last, I'm going to review the other assets. But look what we've done so far this week. Well, the week just pretty much opened. So on this candle right here, no, my bad. We got 15 minutes left. Check it out. I want to watch this close too as well. So we got 15 minutes left. And here at, wait a second. Am I tripping? 15 seconds left and this candle will close. So here in about 15 seconds, this candle will close. And let me go down to the daily time frame. Go down to the daily. Yes, we will get a candle close or a weekly close here in 15 minutes. And I'm going to stay live to watch that. And then we're going to open up the new week of trading. And let's see how we open up that new candle. And that candle, we will have 7 trading days left. 7 trading days. 7 trading days left, or going into the upcoming week. So I'm going to stop right there. Also, we're trading inside of this weekly fair value gap. But we just cut through this monthly fair value gap. And then that larger 3-month gap is in play below the market. That larger gap is in play. So I'm going to be watching that. Also, we got liquidity resting below the market, which where the pending orders are. Pending orders resting below the market. So let's see how we close this candle here in about 14 minutes. I'm going to come back to it. Now let's go look at XLM. XLM doing a similar thing. 24 trading days. This is the monthly time frame. Retracing. We got this large BISI or void in price over here to the right of the screen. I mean the left of the chart. This formed, matter of fact, let me go out to the 3-month. This formed back in 2018. 2018. So we're reaching down for that again for XLM. If I throw a Fibonacci from the opening price or the high of the gap all the way down to the low. Those are the potential price levels that we can come trade down into. I'm going to definitely be looking for that 20 cent XLM. I'm going to be looking for that 26 XLM for us to trade down into that. And then if we go any lower, I'm going to be looking for this 0.75 level, which is 15 cents. That'll be a blessing to come grab XLM after coming off of a high of, let me see, 88.63 cents. So back in October, which was the fourth quarter of 2024, XLM went up to 63 cents. And since then, now we're back down to 22 cents. So I'll be looking forward to taking that opportunity once it presents itself. Now, right now, my signal for the day in the week, y'all hope y'all paying attention. Y'all see me highlight this ahead of time. If you've been watching my live streams, y'all see me highlight this. This is HBAR. This is a 3-month time frame. And HBAR isn't wasting any time trading down inside of this gap. For those who don't think this is real and think it's not, not going to play out, here it is. Another example of us opening up, trading down to inside of that fair value gap. Look at the 0.75 level right there. See the 0.75 level? That's 13 cents. Is it random that the market trades directly down to that? Is it random that the market trades directly down to that and rejects off of it? I don't think it's random. What's up, Sneaky? Appreciate you joining. What's up, Hi-Fi? What's up, Donna? Everybody's doing good on this Sunday. I appreciate y'all joining. I just seen you sign up for the Patreon, Donna. I appreciate it. Hopefully you get some value out of it. And if y'all haven't signed up for it, go ahead and go over to the Patreon, sign up. Link is in the description. But it's not random that we trade down inside of this level. So me personally, as we see the market, what's up, Malcolm? As we see the market trade down inside of this gap, I'm pulling the trigger. My limit orders were triggered because that's a discount. You might not trust it because you're not used to these concepts. That's why I say sign up for the Patreon. But you might not see this opportunity in the market, or you might be hesitant thinking it might come down lower, or you just might be hesitant to pull the trigger. Me personally, I'll pull the trigger for HBAR at 13 cents. Now, if we want to come down any lower, I would have another limit order at the 0.5 level, which would be 11 cents. But it's not random that we trade down inside of this gap. We'll go down to the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, we got 24 days left. It's respecting these levels that I have highlighted last month. It's not random. So that's HBAR trading down inside of the gap, which is a BISI, which it lacked any type of efficiency in the market. So again, hopefully y'all got that fiat stacked up. And again, here goes those free signals that I could pretty much be charging for. But again, here it is. I don't have to be doing this publicly, but again, free signals. ZZ, boss, do you typically pull the trigger when it is at the 75% point in the fair value gap or 50% level? I pull the trigger at all levels, ZZ. I pull the trigger at all levels. If you ever want a guaranteed fill, and I say this all the time, if you want a guaranteed limit order fill, you set your order at the top of the gap. If it's a BISI. If it's a SIBI, you set that limit order at the bottom of the gap. So that's if you want a guaranteed fill. If you want a deeper retracement, because it's definitely a possibility that the market will come down deeper, you set it at these other levels. So every time, and how do I get in sync with it? I get in sync with it by dropping down to lower time frames. And again, that's more exclusive to the Patreon. But when I drop down to lower time frames, let's say from the monthly down to the 15-minute. On a 15-minute time frame, yeah, I could be selling. Guess what? Y'all might be looking to buy, but guess what? I could be selling down into this discount and buying it back. So that's what you learn when you learn the skill set. Learning how to short the market down inside of a discount. And then you see it, is it random? That's that 0.75 level right there. Is it random on the lower time frame that it bounces off of that? Is it random? I don't think so. So from a 15-minute down to a 5-minute. Low resistance. What does low resistance mean? Meaning it's little retracements, it's little wicking, and it's in a hurry to get to where it needs to be. And that's exactly what the market did to open up on Sunday. We traded down, was in a rush to get down to discount. There's a small little SIBI right here if I was trading or if I wanted to short the market. And me personally, because again, I don't expect most of y'all to understand this. I can go in here, short this market, the cash market, take profits at this level, and then take my cash and then go buy the digital asset. Have y'all ever thought about doing that? Shorting the cash market, which is the derivatives, which is the futures contracts, trading down, getting out at a specific level, and then taking your cash money and then going back to buy the digital asset, which is the commodity. So that's what I'm doing. Let's go back out to the monthly. 1 second, I gotta take this phone call. All right, I'm back. Had to take a business call. But okay, this is XDC. Appreciate y'all joining. This is XDC. Again, XDC, there goes that 3-month fair value gap, just like the rest of the assets. We have not traded down to it yet. So HBAR so far is the leader in movement right now. HBAR is already down at its discount. So if I was to cycle through each one of these assets and I wanted to deploy cash, I would pull it on HBAR right now because it's already down at its discount. You don't jump the gun. You don't get ahead. You be patient. This is where the psychology comes in. This is where you pretty much sit on your hands and wait for price to come to you. You don't want to just be chasing price at any level. You want to wait for price to come to the levels that you want it to come to. And that's pretty much, I teach that in the Patreon as well. Well, I will be. But from the high down to the low. What's up, Lawrence? Appreciate you joining. Shout out to you. So from the high down to the low, that's the Fibonacci. Here goes those price levels for XDC. So we're not there yet. They're just holding price. We probably can see it sometime this week. HBAR is a great indicator that price is showing weakness. So far, we haven't took out the previous month's low. We haven't taken out the previous month's low. And we're caught up in the price. Like last month, we didn't take out the previous month's low or high. So we're still in that price range and we're anticipating that move lower. So that's XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR. Let's look at Bitcoin right quick. Let's go over here and look at Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin on the 3-month time frame. I'm going to be looking at this candle right here, this down close candle. Y'all in the comments, what is this candle right here? This is a 3-month time frame. 3-month time frame. And there's a little small BISI right here. Small little BISI right there. But what is this candle right here? If I was to accumulate Bitcoin, I'm going to want to do it at this candle right here. And y'all in the comments, what kind of candle is that? There you go, Daryl. Shout out to you. It's a bullish order block. Bullish order block. So if I wanted to set a limit order, it will be at this order block right here for Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently trading at 78,000. Let's go down to the monthly time frame. Down to the monthly. There goes that 3-month order block. Shout out to y'all for answering the question. There goes that 3-month order block. But before we get down there, look, we traded on the below for Bitcoin. The past 2 months, which was February and March, we traded down. We've been hanging around inside of this fair value gap on the monthly in blue. And we haven't traded or closed below the midway point. But look at April. We opened up and we already trading lower at below the midway point of that fair value gap. So we're in a deep discount. And this gap could potentially become an inversion. So I'll be watching out for that. We could potentially make this an inversion gap, depending on how we close this candle. We got 24 days left on that candle. And then this candle right here, or this trend line, that's that 3-month order block. I would be patient if I was accumulating Bitcoin to set my buy orders. But Bitcoin is a very liquid asset. So I'm going to pretty much start getting into like crypto trading in a regulated environment, and Bitcoin right now is probably the most liquid asset to trade. So if I drop down to a 15-minute time frame, it's more active. Bitcoin is way more active. Look at that sell-off right there. That is a low resistance liquidity run, just like I just showed y'all in HBAR. But It's in a hurry to get somewhere and it's selling off. But that's Bitcoin. But if I wanted to get in sync, I know that, okay, Bitcoin most likely want to come down to this level below the market. If I wanted to hedge against, like, just trade it, I would be looking for shorts only to come down to this level. I would be looking for shorts. My first stop would be the bottom of the fair value gap on the monthly right here. That would be a target for me to get out the market if I was trading. And then if I wanted to hold a trade even longer, I would get out right here. That's shorting the market, the cash market. Don't get it twisted. But that's Bitcoin. What else I've seen today? Let's see. As far as the stock market, let's see right quick. Again, the stock market is bleeding out. And then I just went over a article, and I'm gonna get into the futures, the NASDAQ, the ES shortly, but I'm gonna come back to XRP first. But everything is bleeding out. And what I seen earlier was how, and this was 2 days ago, but roughly US stock market has wiped out $9.6 trillion since inauguration day. That's a lot of money. But if I come to a chart, if I come to, like, let's say the NASDAQ or the S&P, that's what that looks like right there. And it's talking about the entire stock market, the NASDAQ, S&P, and the Dow. But this little candle right here, and this has been since the inauguration day. This is a 6-month time frame. So this has pretty much been the year so far, the year to date on this one single candle. This candle has 2 days left to complete. And this little drop off in price on this one candle, which is a 6-month candle, they're saying roughly 9.6 trillion has been wiped out in the stock market. So we just traded down to a BISI, and I'm gonna come back to these charts in a minute. I'm gonna come back to crypto first, but I just wanted to highlight that 9.6 trillion wiped out of the stock market, and it didn't take much at all. That's what I'm pretty much trying to get at. It didn't take much at all to wipe out the liquidity out the market on a small little movement, right, like that, compared to the entire history of the stock market. So right now, stock market to me is being offered at a discount, but they're pushing fear. They're pushing the narrative of recession and tariffs. But again, if you understand that order flow or price action is algorithmic, order flow is bullish. We're in a buy program. The stock market has never been in the sell program when you zoom out, but it's pretty much been retracing. It's an expansion profile. And on the long-term chart, 6-month time frame, they're just dropping it down to offer the discount. So let's come back to XRP. Let's go down. Let's get a little bit closer to XRP. Boom. We just started the new weekly candle. The new weekly candle. So it just began here at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have 7 trading days to complete this candle. You already seen what I outlined on the higher time frames. If y'all just joined, I got 46 people in the building. Y'all hit that like button for me. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Sign up to the Patreon. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and ask y'all, and I ask y'all this every week at the beginning of the week. What side of the market do y'all see price action reaching for? Do y'all see us coming down, taking out the previous week's low? Or do y'all see us rejecting it, coming up and taking out the previous week's high? Because we always seek the liquidity. 90% of the time, price is either going to take out the previous week's high or low, or the previous candle's high and low. So what side of the market do y'all see price reaching for this week to take out liquidity? And we're already moving during Asia. So we just began the week and we already got a lot of movement. Daryl, you said in the range, down. Okay, Daryl, you said you think it's gonna stay in the range. Jay Glover, you say down. Down where? Low. Shout out to you, Malcolm. Malcolm, you saying the previous week's low? Everybody's saying down. Okay, so that is your bias. And for y'all that want to learn this skill set, you got to have a bias every week. Start on this weekly time frame, and you determine the bias. You determine the bias. The bias is, okay, I want to see us come down and take out the previous week's low, which is sell side liquidity. That's your bias. So you have a directional bias, and this is a higher time frame bias. So if you're looking to day trade or scalp, all your trades. So if y'all are saying that okay, y'all see the market coming down, Scott, you said you think we coming down to this 3-month gap. If y'all can determine that every week, and this is key, I hope y'all taking notes and paying attention. If y'all can determine directional bias every week, then if you're going into the markets trading, you should only be looking for what? What should you only be looking to do when you're intraday trading the market? If you're looking for short-term trades, what should y'all do? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. What should y'all be doing? There you go. Shout out to y'all. Shorts. You should only be looking for shorts. There's no, if you determine on the higher time frame that, okay, we're bearish, we see us coming down lower, taking out the previous week's low or the previous month's low or the previous day's low. When you drop down the lower time frames, 15 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute, and you're looking for trades, you should be you can eliminate the risk, a lot of risk, there's always risk, but you can eliminate a lot of risk by determining one side of the market. You can eliminate a whole lot of risk by saying, I'm going to be looking for shorts because price is reaching for previous week's low. So I'm going to be only looking for shorting opportunities. So there's no reason to be looking for buys. And if the week goes by and your shorts didn't work out, that's okay. The number one goal in trading, and I'm speaking to both communities, investors and traders. The number one goal in trading is preservation of capital. You want to preserve your capital. You want to manage risk or risk management. That's the number one goal when it comes to trading. So by determining, okay, only want to look for shorts, you can eliminate the buying risk. You can just say, I'm not looking for buys at all. And you can go in the market and only look for short setups. And I already think this week we're going to go ahead and drop down, take out the last week's low. And we're going to go ahead and come down and take out this low from February. And I think that was like 9 weeks ago. 9 weeks ago, we got sell side liquidity. You see the swing low right here? That's that sell side liquidity. I keep these things in my charts for months and months or in weeks and weeks. And I have not removed them for weeks. So I'm going to anticipate a lot of impulsiveness to come down, drop down into this gap, and also scoop up that liquidity. So $1.78. We got a long week ahead. So y'all be prepared. And if I was you, I would not be pulling the trigger until we come down to discount. That's just me. Now from the weekly, let's drop down to the daily. And if y'all just joining, make sure y'all hit that like button. 46 people in the building. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Sign up to the Patreon. Link is in the description. So on the daily candle, we just began this new daily candle. We got 24 hours or 23 hours and 50 minutes left. Y'all can see during Asia, there's currently Asia session. 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock midnight is the Asia session. I'm going to show you what that looks like when we drop down the lower time frames. We're already showing kind of weakness and it's showing that price is wanting to reach for something. What's up, Ed? Appreciate you joining. Now, on the daily time frame, just like I did on the weekly, I said, hey, which side of the market do y'all see us reaching for? And already here on a Monday, it's already Monday in Asia, it's Sunday in the States. But here we are. We're already wanting to reach down for this low right here. Remember, price always seeks liquidity like a magnet. It's always going to want to reach for it like a magnet in price. Now let's go down intra-week. Let me go ahead and set up my charts intra-week. I'm going to drop down to the 1 hour time frame. This is XRP if you're just joining. This is XRP. Let me go out to the 1 hour. I'm throwing my weekly dividers. Again, I haven't been to the charts none today. I got all this history, all this old data in the market that I still refer to until we come down and take out certain levels. So I'm going to start my new week. So I drag this from Sunday to Sunday. Sunday to Sunday, 12 o'clock midnight. Right there. And so far already on Sunday, we have dropped down and we took out, wait a minute now. Did we take out that low? Let me see right quick. Let me go back out to, yeah, we took out that low. My bad. We already dropped down and took out the low from, let's see, 1 to 3 weeks ago. So we took out the liquidity right here, this old low. This was from 3 weeks ago. We just dropped down there and took it out. So all day today, the market is sold off. We got a lot of people that probably are in the live stream that probably isn't talking, that mentioned that XRP isn't coming back down to $2, below $2. Well, what y'all got to say now? And I'm not here to brag. I'm just trying to say, you know, if you want to learn the skill set, sign up. But we got a lot of people who didn't think it would come back down here. And then we also got some influencers online in the YouTube algorithm thinking the market is going to pump. Y'all saying where he at? I'm sure he in somewhere, most likely in here somewhere. But again, I want him to learn this skill set. I'm not here to bash him. I'm not here to, you know, drag him down in the mud, none of that. We just trying to get some clarity. You know what I'm saying? Let the professionals do what they do. And if you want to become a professional, you can sign up to the Patreon and learn how to trade. That's all. If you want to become a professional. I'm giving you real technical skills. Like, I'm giving you real technical analysis. Like, none of that speculation, none of that. People be these YouTube content creators be and I'm not going at nobody, but they be setting up their live streams, or you know, they be setting up their videos by saying, you know, the market is going to pump, etc., or it's going to do this, and they don't break down the markets. They don't show y'all technical sound skill. They don't give y'all the real shit. So, you know, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, so that y'all can be independent. You could be your own analyst, and you don't have to depend on nobody. Me personally, I don't depend on nobody. I use this shit for fun. I like to go to I like to look at YouTube content creators and see how they are pretty much misleading people. And I find it entertaining that they do that. So this is my entertainment. We got a lot of heaviness right now as well in the market. A lot of heaviness. Scotty, you said your buddy told me, or you, a big support is at $1.35 for XRP. Do you see it dropping? Come on now, Scotty. Come on now, Scotty. Scotty. Come on. I can't believe you just asked me that, Scott or Scotty. Scotty, you've been on my channel, right? You've been here for a while. And then what I would have to say is, does your buddy analyze the market? Are you just going off what he say, or does he really do analysis? And if he does, can he prove to you and show you what's going on, like I'm doing right now? Can he do that? I'm just curious. Like, you got to be able to prove, like, enough talking, enough saying, oh, the market is going to do this. Scotty, you've been watching my channel, and you've been seeing me call out levels weeks and months ahead of time. If the person who is giving you advice or suggesting things to you, you got to ask them to be able to prove it. You got to be able to tell them, can you show me what you're doing? Okay, show me. That's what I would say. Show me. Other than that, people just be talking. Malcolm, you said that's that need for reassurance. Yeah, but here I am reassuring y'all. Again, learn the skill, trust me, is way better. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So sign up for that Patreon. If you learn this skill, you know what I'm saying, you will figure it out. You don't need nobody, that reassurance. And then you asking me for the reassurance, and you come to my channel. And I'm sitting here analyzing it every day, every week, and it don't stop. This is some shit that repeats every week for me. It's nothing that's happening right now is surprising to me, because these markets are algorithmic. They repeat over and over again. And the only thing that's missing with y'all is y'all don't know when to buy. Scott, you said I haven't caught you say where it's going. I did hear you say it goes under $2. Well, Scott, I'm going to tell you like this, or Scotty, I'm going to say go back and watch the live streams or rewatch them. Or if you haven't been watching, just sit back and pay attention. And then also, at the beginning of the live stream, I showed y'all, you might have came in late, so I apologize if I'm wrong. But at the beginning of the live stream, I outlined the price levels that I see XRP going to. So that what makes it a little frustrating. But I'm not mad at you, Scotty. I appreciate you joining. Just learn Again, I don't think people take the time and appreciate the value that I be dropping so far in these live streams. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up my chart right now. It might look like I'm doing randomness. I'm just setting up my chart. I'm gonna go down to the 15-minute time frame. We are in Asia. We are in Asia. So far in Asia, we took out this sell side liquidity right here, and we just retraced inside of this. Oh yeah, we're not far from that $1.78 neither, Scotty. We're not far from that. And you know, once we get there, we're gonna wait for further information. But what is this right here on the 15-minute time frame? What is this on the 15-minute time frame right here that I'm highlighting? And this is where you pay attention. So when I ask, and you might not know, but everybody else in the chat knows what it is, that's when you pay attention. I think some of y'all just be watching, and this is an educational channel, but when I'm outlining something and you might not know it, you just pay attention to the rest of the classroom because they're learning. But some people just want, like Malcolm said, they just want that reassurance. They want that handout, and I'm gonna make you work for it. But you better believe that. You come to my live stream, you're gonna work for this. Yeah, I'll be giving some free handouts, but no, you're gonna work for what you know, it feels better when you work hard for what you deserve. I'm gonna say that. See everybody in the chat, Sibby. It's a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So is it random that we trade back into that on the 15-minute time frame? We got a lot of volume right now in the market. So we might get some action going into Monday. We might get a lot of action going into Monday. Remember, the bigger picture is we're going into a recession and the tariffs are impacting the market. So smart money is dropping markets down to the discount. And I'm talking about all markets except like gold, where they're trying to get that discounted opportunity. Asia session. So let me go ahead and highlight that for y'all. 8:00 p.m. And we're pretty much in the first hour of the Asia session. We just really began. We're about to come up here on 15 minutes. I was waiting. Shoot, I didn't know what to expect. Once I seen we got some selling off, I got excited to come run to the live stream because shoot, we got some price action. So, you know, recently we haven't really been having no good, clean price action, but here we are. And I get excited when the market is either going lower or high. It don't matter to me. I see opportunity when the markets are going lower. I get very excited. But that's because I got a different mindset. Y'all got the retail mindset. I got that smart money mindset, institutional mindset. You said gold is moving down as well. Let's go take a peek at gold. Boom, gold. Yeah, it's retracing. It's not moving down. This is 3-month time frame. Gold currently trading at 2,900. Let's go to the monthly. Off the monthly, let's go down to the weekly. On the weekly time frame, gold. What is this right here? What is this right here? Y'all tell me in the comments. And this is where you pay attention. For y'all that are in the back of the classroom, what is this right here? What kind of candle is this? What kind of PD array is this? Let's go ahead and frame it up right quick. This is a weekly time frame as well. Oh, what's up, OL? Appreciate you joining. What kind of PD array is that? Order block. It's a bullish order block. So again, PD array, and not just an order block. Let's go ahead and add this right here. What is this right here? And I want to see if y'all really pay attention. What is this right here? What is this? I already highlighted the order block, Malcolm. Ed is in the you're in the Patreon. So Ed, you pretty much get it. What is this right here? I'm gonna go ahead and highlight it for y'all. Boom, right there. BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, but also it's not just that, it's a BISI. Let me give it another color. 1 second. I wanted to see who's really paying attention. What is this right here? What is this right here? Come on now. There you go, sneaky. Volume imbalance. Volume imbalance. So what you do is you add the fair value gap and the volume imbalance. Boom, right there. You add both of them. And is it random that the market trades down inside of that gap? Look at the volume imbalance. If I need to further highlight it for y'all, let me go ahead and highlight the volume imbalance right here, because we're trading back inside of it right there. You see that little small volume imbalance? Right there. See the volume imbalance? Is it random that we're moving away from it? I don't think it's random. Look at that. Look how random that is. So for the person who said gold is moving down, you're correct. It was moving down, but no, they're just offering a discount for gold. That's all. You know, gold ain't coming back. You know, gold ain't selling off and coming back down and giving y'all the opportunity. Y'all had the opportunity during the holidays to buy some gold, but y'all didn't take advantage of it. Y'all didn't take advantage of the opportunity. So they're just retracing right now. But if you was a trader, if you wanted to learn how to trade, then there's plenty of opportunity right now. But for you people who are investors, I'm not expecting y'all to pretty much understand the opportunity right now in the market. It's all kind of, every market that I go to, there's plenty of opportunity in all these markets. It's just how good are you when it comes to this skill set? Oh, you good, Malcolm? You good? Even I'll be delayed. So look how the market, and this is gold for the person who asked for gold. Is it random that we trade down here? Is it random that we trade inside of this fair value gap right here? Is it random that we trade at this 0.75 level right here, which is at $2,973? Is it random that we trade down to that level right there, rejected? And now we could potentially come lower, but no, that's algorithmic that we drop down to those levels. Now from the weekly, let's go down to the 15 minute. What does the 15 minute look like? 15-minute time frame for gold. If this is going to flip bullish, you need to see institutional sponsorship pushing the market higher. That's exactly what we need to see. Institutional sponsorship, which is speed going in the opposite direction. If not, we're going to continue lower inside of that gap. So I just want to show you those key levels, though, that's not random. We just trading down inside of a discount right now. Trading inside of a discount. I got it highlighted right here. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Now let's come back to XRP. XRP during Asia session. Right now we're just consolidating right now. We just traded up inside of this SIBI, and we're looking to go short for XRP if we was trading. And for y'all that are investors, I already highlighted those higher time frame targets that I'm reaching for. Make sure y'all hit that like button. 42 people in the building. 36 likes. Get them likes up for me. I appreciate it. Subscribe if y'all brand new. If y'all want to learn this skill set, click the link in the description below for the Patreon. So pretty much Asia just begun. So let me bounce around a little bit. Matter of fact, before I do that, let's go ahead and do this right quick. It is the 8 o'clock hour. I want to get a little closer look to price. So from the 8 o'clock hour, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. What I'm about to do is I'm going to focus in on that window in time. You always want to stick to that higher time frame narrative. You always want to know what's going on the higher time frame. So from the 15 minute, I'm going to go down to a 5 minute, and we're going to focus in on that 9 o'clock hour, 5 minute. On a 5 minute time frame, looks like we're showing weakness. We are in the first quarter or the second quarter of the hour. So from 8 o'clock to 8:15, that's the first quarter. 8:15 to 8:30, that's the second quarter. So we're currently inside of the second quarter of the 9 o'clock hour. Go down to the 1 minute. 1 minute time frame for XRP. We just traded up. I just see a 1 minute right here, a 1 minute SIBI. We just traded up into that. I'm gonna highlight it gray. That was a SIBI. Also, you see these consecutive candles right here, these 3 candles, that is one order block. So that is one large order block. So I'm gonna take a trend line from the opening price of this candle, and I'm gonna drag it over to the right. See that right there? Is it random that we trade up into these levels? 1 minute order blocks. Now watch this. If I drop out to a 3 minute, that's gonna be one candle. Watch this. 3-minute time frame. Okay, it didn't show. But on the 3-minute, we traded up into a SIBI. We traded up into a 3-minute SIBI. But on the 1-minute, we traded up into consecutive order blocks. Now let's see that displacement lower. Let's get that speed going in the market. Let's get that speed. We got some liquidity right here, sell side liquidity. I'm going ahead and highlight that. Take the swing low right here, sell side liquidity. That's a minor liquidity pool. So again, let's see what the market wants to do. Come down to that level, take out that liquidity right there. And we're not far from the top of that 3-month fair value gap. We're not far. If you just join the HBAR, for example, is already, HBAR. Yeah, man, I might have to, I'm definitely about to go pull that trigger right quick. Go pull that. I'm going to pull that trigger. 13 cents right now. HBAR potentially could come lower. Great value right now. Hopefully y'all didn't blow your money this weekend. Hopefully you didn't blow too much money this weekend, because they would wait till a Sunday to offer y'all this opportunity in the market. So hopefully you have some dry powder left over. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Subscribe. And we're just watching live price action. This is watching the market from a day trader's perspective, or intraday perspective, or a scalper perspective. So when I'm on this time frame, which is a 1-minute, I'm looking at scalps in the market, in and out the market. If I was looking to trade the market, being in and out. A lot of y'all like to see this, but again, I'm about to start making this exclusive for the Patreon. And if you want to get on this type of level, go sign up, because I'm definitely going to be teaching this. I got a beginner lesson, and then now I'm about to start producing the pro lessons. So you must get the beginner lessons before you can get the pro lessons, because you need some type of foundation to start with. And that's going to be in the beginner lessons. So even from a 1-minute, I can drop down to a 30-second chart. Let's go down to a 30-second. But when you start going below a 1-minute, you always want to know what that higher time frame is doing. So I see a 30-second right here, SIBI. I'm going to highlight that 30-second SIBI. Now, whenever I'm doing this in my personal time, whenever I'm doing this on my personal time, I'm getting comfortable. I'm not really, there's no really, what I'm saying? It's just, I'm not having to explain to people and teach it out publicly. But on my personal trading, I'm like real comfortable, and I can do a better in-depth analysis. And that's why trading is personal. It's personalized. Now let's go out to that 1-minute. Go out to that 1-minute time frame. On that 1-minute, we got a small little gap right here. Also, we got a volume imbalance on the 1-minute. I had missed it. We got that volume imbalance right there on the 1-minute, in case we want to trade back up into that. And this, if you want to learn this skill, this is called tape reading. This is tape reading the market. This is how you get real proficient, real good at doing this skill set. Real proficient, real good at doing this. Trade up into the volume imbalance. Okay, we traded higher. Okay, we trade through that. We got this SIBI right here. We got this SIBI on the 1-minute. After selling off all day, it's pretty much the end of the move, really. Like, today did a lot of damage. So for example, if I go out to the 15-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, this was the entire day of trading right here. So at the end of the day, as you can see, which is we're in the Hedge Recession. So pretty much all day today, the market was in a low resistance liquidity run, meaning it was in a hurry. It didn't take much. It was clean. It was going to where it needed to go. And it also didn't really offer too many selling opportunities to get in the market to short, because it was in a hurry to get to where it needed to go. So here we are at the end of the day. You can start anticipating those high resistance conditions in the market. I'm still bearish though, still bearish. Now let's go back down to the 1 minute. 1 minute time frame. Again, we trade up into this SIBI. See what we want to do. I might need to drop out to the 5 minute. Let's go out to the 5 minute. See, on the 5 minute, I'm gonna ask y'all in the comments, what market profile are we in on the 5 minute? What profile are we in on the 5 minute time frame? What market profile in the chat are we in right now? Yep, consolidation. Shout out to you, Daryl. Shout out to you. We're in a consolidation. So whenever, shout out to you, Malcolm. Shout out to you, Lawrence, Claude. Whenever we're in a consolidation, you got to be careful on those lower time frames. You got to zoom out, and then as I zoom out, it's high resistance. But earlier today, low resistance, meaning it didn't take much. It just went directly to where it needed to go. You see how clean the market was? And then here comes those large wicks, choppiness, chop, chop, chop. And then it went low resistance again. And now it's bouncing around, high resistance. So you got to be careful. Let's go out to that 15 minute. And it always wants to do this during Asia, but it is what it is. This 15-minute SIBI is still in play right here. 15-minute SIBI still in play. And we're just chopping around, consolidating. Let me see what the hourly looks like. All right, on the 1 hour, 1 hour time frame, we got a 1 hour SIBI right here. So we definitely got to pay attention to that. And also remember, we took out the liquidity, sell side liquidity from like 3 weeks ago. So the market most likely right now, and we're going to see most likely during Asia, because we had a large day. We had an active day today. And at the end of the day, the market is going to probably want to consolidate going into Monday. But we have 30 minutes left to complete this candle. And once this candle completes, we will have a 1 hour SIBI right here. So I'm going to highlight that 1 hour SIBI. Let's go ahead and highlight it. Still bearish though, still bearish. Highlighted blue. So that blue fair value gap is a SIBI, 1 hour SIBI. Let me see right quick. I might need to make it another color. I'm gonna make it another color. Now let's go back down to the 15 minute. Again, just chopping around, chopping around. It looks like it's going to do that in the first hour of the Asia session. We have just entered the third quarter of Asia, and we're most likely going to want to come back up into this range up here. That's what it's looking like. After taking out, remember, we took out sell side liquidity. Below that low was buy orders. So they drop it below that low, scoop them up, and we can retrace back up into one of these ranges. So I'm going to be watching for that. Right now, we're just consolidating though. In the meantime, let's see what we can talk about right quick. This is what I want to do. Let's come over to the algorithm. Let's come to the YouTube algorithm. And I want to look at the sentiment from retail. What is retail talking about? Let's go look. Let's see. All right, we got a guy talking about most XRP Ripple holders don't know what's coming. Urgent. You know, they got the holding face thing going on. Let's see. The bricks are accelerating the adoption of Ripple and XRP. All right, whatever. What's next for Ripple? XRP shorts returning. Let's see. Sentiment. I'm using this for sentiment. XRP, what the F? He's live right now. So again, look, holding his head during the live stream. You know what I'm saying? Whoo, just like that, all dramatic. This shit ain't built for everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is not built for everybody. This is not for everybody. He's over there suffering right now. He live right now. I don't know this guy neither. I don't watch him. When he's live right now, he's talking about emergency live. Again, I'm not going to tell you it's an emergency. We calm over here. XRP crypto crash. And I'm showing you how you can short the market. But look, XRP, what the fuck, what the F, emergency. And look at him. Look how dramatic he is. Look how dramatic he is, man. That shit is crazy. Yeah, I agree with you, Malcolm. They just saying anything. But I use this for sentiment. Just coming over here, getting the word on the streets. This guy right here earlier, 39,000 views, XRP warning. He pretty much claimed, XRP is about to pump. But again, I'm trying to see, if he gonna stand on that. Claude, you say they're not even talking about the futures opportunity with the Coinbase, and that's what I'm about to get into as well, Claude. Talked about that yesterday. Yeah, most definitely. Again, so for y'all that like to trade meme coins, I'm trying to get y'all, I want to introduce y'all to a regulated environment, and you can speculate on these assets that y'all love. Now, one thing that I noticed yesterday, I'm going to pull it up in a minute. Let me continue to go lower. But yeah, these people right here are not P. Diddy, man. Not Diddy. What's going on with Diddy? But yeah, that's the sentiment today so far that I've seen. A lot of people, I'm sure it's going to be worse tomorrow. So we're going to be looking out for that. That's how y'all should use YouTube as well, y'all. If you're going to watch my channel, that's how you should use YouTube. Use this as sentiment. Trust your own analysis, your own research, and use this as a tool. And that's exactly how I use it. I don't use it any other type of way. And sometimes it's entertaining to me. I like to use it for entertainment. Back to XRP again. No fear, no panic. We got protocols over here. We're just going off of protocols. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Appreciate it. But yeah, let's come over here. I got this pulled up. So again, this is Coinbase. Coinbase Advanced. They look like they got a little offer right now. Get up to $200 for getting started. So I guess they're giving out free money on Coinbase. I'm not sure. This ain't no endorsement or none of that, but it looks like they got $200 to get started. And let's go ahead and go over some of this right quick. Scott, you said, I cannot and I will not trust Coinbase until we have a truly regulated environment. So Scott, Coinbase is regulated. And I'm going to show you that here in a minute, Scott. I'm going to show you that here in a minute. Now, you might be talking about regulations, but Coinbase is already regulated, especially the futures. And they cannot trade, they cannot deal with futures if they don't come to the regulatory, they cannot trade futures. And it's pretty much, from what I'm seeing right now, Coinbase is being set up to offer regulated products from the CFTC, and they're pretty much being set up properly for what I've seen. Now, Coinbase has done sketchy shit, and what business have not done sketchy shit? And again, I'm not on Coinbase neither right now, but I see the transition going on, because let me go pull it up right quick. They're about to bring XRP Futures. Let me pull it up right quick. Let me pull it up right quick. I need to go to their website. Well, this was on TradingView. I'm going to pull it up on TradingView, and then also I'm going to get into, and I need to cover this more, because this is what I want to start getting into with this channel. And, I've been talking about this for a very long time, so we might as well start educating ourselves and start learning how to do this. I seen a Simpsons prediction video. Oh, here we go. That's all I needed to read. Coinbase has been known to block and close accounts for no reason. That's true, OL. But again, Coinbase can't get away with a lot of shit no more. And I agree with y'all. I don't deal with Coinbase. I know about Coinbase. But again, Coinbase file, look, check it out. You think they're going to be able to get away with all that closing accounts and doing illegal shit? Now, they can close your account at their discretion if you're doing something wrong or something that they don't agree with on their platform. Yes, they can close your account. But as far as running off with your money and all that shit coming to an end in a regulated environment. They cannot do that shit for too much longer, or they can be sued. Think about that. They could be sued and held accountable by federal regulators. So you better believe all that is coming to an end. And here we are in the season of regulation. Here we are in the season of, things becoming more regulated and Congress trying to get shit done. Let me read these comments. Scott, I've seen it too. The Songbird debacle is what jaded me. I agree. But again, what has Songbird and all that done? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was a whole scam anyway. That was some people not even talking about Flare. Not saying Flare ain't going to be nothing. But no, and in this point in time, there's better opportunities outside of trading Flare and waiting and, they need to have their shit built out. I'm going to say that. Some of these things need to have a working product. Not saying being completely built out, but some of these things need to be functional. They need to be, have some type of proof of use case. What's up, Jay Manson? I haven't had no issues. They are regulated. And that's what I'm saying. It's a case-to-case situation. It's a case-by-case situation. Coinbase has done fraudulent shit. All exchanges have, especially in the wild, wild west of crypto. They're going to do what's best in the beginning. They're going to do what's best for their business. And if that means taking people's accounts and all that, they did what they had to do to get where they needed to be. Do I agree with that? No, I don't. But at the same time, we're coming into a whole different environment that y'all are not. To me, they're already regulated. There are no federal laws on the book, but they are following federal regulations right now as we speak. So, for example, this was on April 4th. Coinbase files for XRP futures trading. And that's a big deal. And I'm a futures trader and I want to start bringing y'all into this environment. And then let me skim through this article right quick for some key highlights that I've seen. So one of the key highlights about futures trading, they're going to have 24/7 Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP trading. That's a big deal. Right now, the futures markets are not 24 hours. Let's see what else. I want to see about regulations. I was reading about the regulations somewhere. Let me see. Okay, right here. Major crypto exchange Coinbase has filed for XRP futures trading with the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Okay. On April 3rd, the CFTC. So if you ever watch, let me do this right quick and I'm going to come back. I'm going to show y'all this right quick. Every time I do my live streams, so some of y'all come in late, but I've been doing this ever since I started live streaming. You don't wonder why, because I come from this environment, but check this out. Okay, so that's my disclaimer directly from the CFTC. I have a disclaimer that I use every time I go live with a disclaimer that comes directly from the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. I do that for a reason. I don't just do that. And a lot of these people that are live streaming, these influencers, they don't give no type of disclaimer at all. They just on these platforms being non-professional, thinking they're being professional, but they're being non-professional. So there's a reason why I come on these platforms and I do what I do, especially talking about the stuff that I talk about. So on April 3rd of this year, the CFTC regulated derivatives exchange, Coinbase derivatives. So again, here we are right here. For y'all that don't think Coinbase is not regulated, the CFTC regulated derivatives exchange. Now, I don't know how they got this set up. I got to do more research, but Coinbase is probably a separate entity than Coinbase derivatives. Have y'all thought about that? Coinbase is a separate entity than Coinbase derivatives. Coinbase derivatives is regulated by the CFTC, which is the Commodity Futures Exchange. And they said they have filed with the regulator to self-certify. They're self-certifying XRP futures, which will offer 24/7 trading for XRP. It says the team says that it has enabled it to bridge a regulated, again, coming directly from Coinbase, They say they will enable it to bridge a regulated, capital efficient way to gain exposure to the most liquid digital asset on the market. The exchange added that the contract could go live, and this was also a key takeaway from this. It will go live April 21st, 2025, and that is in, let's see right quick. April 21st is 2 weeks from now, or just over 2 weeks from now. So we're going to get through this week, next week, and then on a Monday, April 21st. So I'm going to definitely be staying on top of this, paying attention to that. April 21st, which is on a Monday, XRP Futures on Coinbase goes live. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Claude. Shout out. Yes, they have accelerated. Now, this is going under the rug. So for the people, most people are caught up on ETFs and all that distraction, which that's a big deal as well. But if y'all don't know, the futures markets are probably the most liquid markets that drive all markets, because it's the derivatives markets. That's why the derivatives markets are in the quadrillions. So buying individual stocks, buying these assets, yes, you're waiting for liquidity to come into those markets. But these assets, for example, XRP, and this is another reason why XRP has to be a high price and it has to be stable. It has to be stable in order for these derivatives to trade. Not at a stable price for the technology to work. No, they wanted to get a high, and that might be a case too as well. Again, I don't know everything, but me as a futures trader, if I come over here to this market right here, the matter of fact, no, let's go to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, this is a derivative market. This is the futures market. So this is the NQ futures. NASDAQ, trading on the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. The value of the NASDAQ right now is, over here on the right side of my screen, $16,731. $16,730. This candle right here alone, which has only been the first 4 months of the year, liquidated $9.6 trillion out of the market. But this asset is worth $16,000. It pretty much has to be stable. That's what I'm pretty much trying to get at. It has to have some type of stability, because to open up, let's go out to the 3-month time frame for the NASDAQ. And I'm gonna come back over to what I was talking about. On the 3-month time frame for the NASDAQ, we just opened this candle a few days ago. We opened up at $19,000. So this candle right here opened up at $19,411. And it is currently trading at $16,700. That is a large, because this market is so liquid. Y'all can tell me in the comments. Y'all go on Google in the chat and type in how much liquidity, how much capital is flowing through the NASDAQ alone, not no other market, the NASDAQ alone. Y'all do that for me in the chat. How much capital, how much liquidity is flowing through the NASDAQ each day or each year? Y'all can tell me in the comments. But from opening up at $19,411 and trading at $16,710, that is a large drop off. Like that does damage. That's a lot of damage being done in the market. That's a lot of liquidity being pushed around in the market because of how much capital is flowing through this asset. And we're also expecting similar liquidity to come into digital assets like XRP. Because this market is so liquid, which is the NASDAQ, because it's so liquid and is ran off of derivatives, there's a lot, there's opportunity buying and selling. That's the only way futures trading works. By what they do is they build in a float. This is what we call open float. The institutions, they build liquidity above and below the market. That's them allowing the market to fluctuate, to always have liquidity inside of the market. I have to go into that at another time, but that's what they're doing. They're building liquidity below and above the market. They're stacking orders, and the fluctuations in the market. It takes a lot of liquidity and capital to push these markets around, and it really doesn't do much at all. It really isn't like this isn't to me, because we see this all the time in crypto. This isn't really a bad sell-off. Tino, appreciate it, Tino. Appreciate it. You say 325 billion in the NASDAQ per day alone. Roughly, I'm gonna just say roughly 325 billion per day. That, do y'all know how much money that is? Now add that up per week and then add it up per month and then see what you get. So pretty much every month is trillions of dollars flowing inside the NASDAQ alone. Yes, that is crazy. So again, if you missed the article, what I showed y'all, 9.6 trillion since inauguration day. 9.6 trillion since, so it's definitely trillions of dollars each and every month. And this dropped 2 days ago. U.S. stock market has wiped out 9.6 trillion. And then it just talks about it's just talking about the Dow in this article. It's not talking about the S&P and the NASDAQ. Well, here we go. S&P right here. It talks about the S&P. It talks about the NASDAQ. It talks about the Russell 2000, and it talks about the Dow Jones. Those four markets right there, $9.6 trillion wiped out of the market. Let me see right quick. Come back to the NASDAQ. So like I said, now let's go down to a 15-minute time frame. And what I was saying earlier was the derivatives markets is what brings the liquidity to an asset. So for XRP, like the person said earlier, I forgot who said it. Shout out to you. These things are accelerating. This product goes live on April 21st. On one exchange. So Coinbase is not going to be the only exchange to bring crypto futures to the market. There's going to be other exchanges that are regulated. But this is how they start bringing the liquidity to those digital assets that y'all so love. Right now, okay, compare the NASDAQ to the XRP right now. How much liquidity flows through XRP right now? And we anticipate that there will be trillions of dollars flowing through XRP, the XRP ledger. In the future, we're anticipating that. And the NASDAQ is pretty much like a electronic exchange. So that's what the NASDAQ is. It's an electronic exchange. And we know the XRPL is a derivatives platform. So by them creating these derivatives products, it's going to bring liquidity to the underlying asset. And that's going to build in that liquidity that we can go in there and take advantage of each day. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all. Hopefully I'm not rambling, and hopefully that makes sense. So April 21st, which is in a few weeks, we can expect from Coinbase an XRP futures contract, which I've been anticipating. And y'all that have been trading meme coins, again, have y'all been hearing anything about meme coins? Are y'all any of y'all in the chat? Y'all still talking about meme coins? Or are we past that at this point? Are we past that? Because now we're in a regulated environment. Are y'all still dealing with meme coins? I haven't been hearing much about meme coins. If you're still dealing with meme coins, then you trapped in the basement. Yeah, it's been real quiet on that meme coin. Yeah, we passed that. It's been real quiet in the streets when it comes to meme coins, from my opinion. So from Coinbase, they say we're excited to announce that Coinbase Derivatives has filed with the CFTC. So again, they have filed. So they're entering the realm of regulatory restrictions. They can't just do what they want. So if y'all starting to get nervous that Coinbase, no, we're moving into that. They filed, well, they self-certified futures through the CFTC. Bringing a regulated, you hear that? They got to say that. Bringing a regulated, capital efficient way to gain more exposure to one of the most liquid assets, which is XRP, which to me, it still doesn't have a lot of liquidity. They don't have enough liquidity compared to the NASDAQ, but it will come. We know it's going to come. We talking about derivatives. We talking about foreign exchange. We talking about payments. We talking about all these use cases dealing with blockchain, digital assets, XRP. All these things coming to the network. And then what would it look like compared to the NASDAQ, which has roughly 325 billion trading through it every day? Waiting to see. We're just waiting to see. Also, they talking about tokenizing the stock exchange. So what happens if they decide to tokenize the NASDAQ? What happens if they tokenize the S&P and upload that to the network? That's 325 billion per day coming on chain from the stock market. So again, they need these products to build liquidity. Even the ETFs, they're building, these things are becoming accelerated. And to me, I'm not no fan of ETFs. I'm a fan of futures because those are the cash markets. We can take an advantage right now. While we're waiting for XRP, for example, to come down lower, we can be getting in there shorting to accumulate. We can be getting in there shorting to accumulate cash to then take that cash and go buy the digital assets at a discount. Claude, a lot of money is going to flow into that Coinbase derivative. Hell yes. Okay, let me ask y'all this. Who is supporting and backing Coinbase? What big entity, what big institution is backing and supporting Coinbase? Pretty much they the ones behind this shit. The same entity is waiting to roll out these XRP ETFs. Bingo. Shout out to you, Daryl. BlackRock. Dun dun. Dun dun. BlackRock. Ever since BlackRock, what, did they purchase Coinbase or they just partner with Coinbase? I forget. So much shit be happening. But again, BlackRock behind the scenes, running the show, controlling what Coinbase does. BlackRock wants they want these products. And yes, I agree with you, Claude. Accelerated world as we speak. So if y'all not paying attention, don't get caught up in the recession, the tariffs. No, this shit is being accelerated. Don't get caught up in the market selling off right now. XRP, again, doing what I anticipated. It's just in a high resistance condition right now. Go down to a 5 minute. Don't get caught up in all that noise. I'm trying to show y'all how, hey, with these derivatives contracts, which I can't wait for it to come out. And once it come out, I would have more details on, okay, how much it costs per tick. And I'm gonna show y'all another example here in a minute. But XRP right now, instead of waiting for it to come down to discount, like I showed y'all as the investor. So I got I got multiple strategies. Again, I got over 15, 16 trading strategies that I can deploy into the market. But for the longest, I've been telling y'all, I don't trade crypto. I buy the digital asset, but the same concepts of trading still apply. I can still see these moves on fractal time frames, on micro time frames. And that's always said, once it becomes regulated, and I've been saying this since I started my channel, once crypto becomes regulated, which we're starting to see that with Coinbase derivatives, once crypto becomes regulated, that's when I will start looking for opportunities to start trading crypto, and I would do it live on my channel. I would start doing it live on my channel. One thing I noticed though yesterday, I was just skimming through the new information and I was just looking through the paperwork. These assets aren't liquid just yet. They need more liquidity. And I'm gonna show y'all some examples of illiquid futures contracts for different products. We need that institutional capital to come in, flood the market with institutional liquidity to make these assets more liquid. Like the NASDAQ, like the S&P, those markets are super liquid. If the NASDAQ has 325 billion trading through it every day, then that is moving the market around every day. That market is moving every day, liquid. But right now, digital assets are not as liquid as the traditional indexes, the traditional stock market. But we need some of that liquidity to come over so that these markets can become more liquid. Let me see right quick. Hopefully I'm making sense to y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, sign up for the Patreon. The link is in the description below. Let me read. The following also that Coinbase aims to offer the initial listing of XRP futures contract April 21st. So y'all mark your calendars with that. And again, I haven't seen no headlines. There's not even these content creators. They're not even talking about that. You know why? They're not traders. They don't trade. They don't understand these things. Some people have talked about it, but this is a big deal. Some people have talked about it. Shout out to the people that talked about it. But some people talk about it and they're not going to indulge or participate in this. What's up, B Rush? What's up, Echelon? Appreciate y'all joining. Furthermore, the XRP futures will be a monthly cash. So this is what I mean by cash. XRP futures contracts will be a monthly cash settled in margin contract. So people that like to trade margin, which is leverage, this is what the futures are, which I've been highlighting since I've been on YouTube. XRP futures contracts will be monthly cash settled in margin contracts with the XRL symbol. So again, this is not live yet, April 21st. But when they go live, y'all going to be looking for this symbol right here, XRL. XRL will be the futures contract from Coinbase on TradingView. So take that in your notes. ZZ, if this goes live April 21st, could we see a little bit of price influx, you think? You're missing my point, ZZ, and this is why I'm trying to bridge the gap, ZZ. I'm not coming at you. The market is fluctuating right now. You are looking for that investment appreciation. If you learn this skill set, like I'm trying to show y'all and teach y'all, the opportunity is right now. The market is fluctuating right now. These are futures contracts. You as the investor are looking to buy and hold long term. Me showing you that these future contracts are going live, and I come back to the XRP chart, I'm showing you on these small time frames, that's what these markets are for. Finding opportunities to get short, finding opportunities to get long, short term, day trading, scalping. It's already fluctuating. It's fluctuating. It's been fluctuating. Nothing has ever stopped about these markets. That's how I'm able to call these markets with precision, because they're liquid enough to find opportunities. And how I'm calling the market, like, oh, it's going to go to 50 cents. It's going to go to $1.79. Those are targets for me. That might not be a target for you. That might be a target for you to buy, but that might be a target for me to short to and get out the market. That's what I'm trying to highlight right here. This old sell side liquidity right here. Let me go out to the 4 hour. Hopefully I'm making sense, man. Like ZZ, let me know if I'm making sense to you. Are you understanding? Are you comprehending what I'm trying to explain? Again, I'm not the best person to explain stuff. I just know what I know. So look at this low right here. This low back here. This was from 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago. This was the low from 4 weeks ago. This was a target that I have outlined from 4 weeks ago. So early today, Sunday, we dropped down directly to that targeted, and that could have been an opportunity in the market to take profits if you pay attention to what I'm outlining with the futures contracts. So let me go back early today. Let's go back early in the morning. Let's see. Let me see right quick. Let's go down to a 5 minute. And I'm going back to London session earlier today on Sunday. And I'm just trying to see if I can find a shorting opportunity. And for example, if we go back to London session earlier this morning, most of y'all probably will sleep unless you're over there in London or the UK or Europe. We come up, we take out this buy side liquidity right there. That is a buy side liquidity. And these strategies that I'm showing you right now are strategies that you could be taking advantage of once these crypto futures go live. And y'all can transition away. If y'all are confident in trading meme coins, why aren't y'all confident in coming into these regulated environments, trading these products that are regulated? I don't understand it. So we take out buy side liquidity right here. That was liquidity above the market. We consolidate, we chop around, we create several things. We have a SIBI right here, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. That's an opportunity to get short, because remember I showed you at the beginning of the live stream how to determine your bias. I showed y'all that. You start on a higher time frame. I asked y'all, what side of the market do y'all see the price reaching for? Y'all told me short. Okay, you keep that bias. So anything on lower time frames, you want to look for shorting opportunities. That's simple. That's very simple. Go back and watch the replay if you didn't get it. So we got a SIBI, and also we got this order block right here. Bearish order block. Bearish order block. We trade up into it. Those are your opportunities to get short. We displace lower. Trade lower. There's a small little gap right here. These are all entries. These are all selling entries that I'm showing you. That's a sell. That's a SIBI right there. We trade up into that short. So that was during London. So imagine holding that entry right there. You shorting the market, and your target is right here at this low right here. That low was the low or the sell side liquidity from 4 weeks ago. So imagine shorting the market right here, getting out at the market right there. That is a day trade. That is a day trade. That's what I'm trying to show y'all. Instead of saying, hey, you know, will it come back? You know, can you see an opportunity once these things go live? The shit is already live. The shit is live. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Price is moving. Price action is alive. If you're a long-term investor, you need to kind of switch your mentality up, because as they bring these products to the market, XRP Futures, what did it say up here? What did it say? Coinbase file regulatory, They mentioned something about institutional. And these are for retail traders and retail investors, but institutions are going to be in these markets, pushing the market around, building their capital on these markets. Let me see right quick. Let me read the comments. B Rush is a woman, bro. Shout out to you broadcasters. Shout out to you Big Dre. Shout out to you B Rush. Let me read these comments. Yo, can you pull up the markets from Asia? Like the nickel index, they said shit is going to be real bad right now. Be rushed. All the markets are bleeding right now. But what's the name of it? The nickel. I never looked at that. I've heard of it. I got to go get the symbol right quick. So for example, let me go to the CME right quick. Let's go to the CME. The CME. Let's go to the markets. Let's go to equity indexes. I never looked at this neither. I never look at the Nikolai or nickel, however they pronounce it. Right here, boom, right here. This is an international indice. I'm not familiar with this, but I've seen it plenty of times. It's called NKD-M5. Let me take my gold chart and I'm gonna type in NKD right there, nickel USD futures. Let's go to the perpetual contract right here. This is a weekly time frame. Selling off right now, so we really don't need to drop down to anything lower. I mean, it's already bad, just like the rest of the market. Let's go down to the 3 month. This is a 3 month time frame. It's selling off just like the Nasdaq, just like the S&P, just like the Dow Jones. It's selling off down into this. Look at this right here. Y'all tell me in the comments. And this, I never heard of this. I mean, I never dealt with this index. It's an international index, but again, you learn this skill set. You can go to any market, any asset class that you choose, and go put your money to work. You can follow any market. It doesn't matter. The entire system is ran by an algorithm. These things repeat over and over again. So in this random market that I don't follow, what is this right here? What is that right there? BISI. Go out to the 6 month. On the 6 month time frame, I'm not gonna tell y'all who Broadcaster is. I know who Broadcaster is. I ain't gonna tell y'all who Broadcaster is. But I know who that is though. He definitely trolling. But Malcolm B. Rush, y'all know who that is. Hopefully y'all know who that is. Big Dre, I heard they triggered the breaker. Richard, Asia down 8%. Boss, Boss, I've noticed Asia session tend to bring market down on average. I don't know if that's random or if that's something you've seen also. Sign up for the Patreon. That's all I got to say. Sign up for the Patreon, and it's not random. They can bring the market down at any time frame. They can do that on any time frame. It's definitely not random. But here it is. You got to think it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. We just started the week. The week really doesn't start until Monday, but it's a Sunday, and then if they're in a hurry to move the market anywhere, they like to do it overnight. They can do it overnight during Asia. And that's pretty much what you typically seen. So they're in a hurry to drop the market down early in the week. Drop it down early in the week down to that discounted level. No, B Rush, no. I'll tell you later. I know who that is. I'll tell you who that is later. Shout out to you, Daryl. Malcolm, he definitely a dude, bro. Okay. But this is the nickel. How do you pronounce that? Nikki, if that's how you pronounce it. But I definitely, let me see right quick. Nikki. Let me select it right quick. What index? What index is this? But I definitely appreciate y'all joining, man. Like, hit that like button for me, subscribe. And again, like I said, these concepts work in all markets. So this is an international equity, and I'm not familiar with it because I don't trade international equities. I would assume that the United States market equities are more liquid, but I could be wrong. But I feel like they're more liquid than international equities because the United States is the economic capital of the world. So that NASDAQ, the S&P, those markets are highly liquid. But I got sidetracked. Let's come back to, Coinbase. I was breaking this down. I wanted to give y'all more in-depth conversation on these XRP futures, what it means for the underlying asset, which is, for example, XRP. Okay, you said Japanese. Okay. That was the Japan index. Okay. Again, I can't be in all assets at one time. It's already bad enough. I'm in gold, silver, dollars, and currencies and crypto. It can't be in everything. The S&P, the NASDAQ. But I've heard of it. Yes, you're correct. That is definitely the Japanese stock market, which I have no business dealing with the Japanese stock market. Let me see. What I wanted to do next was let's come over to Coinbase. So right here, Coinbase. I wanted to come to their website. This is Coinbase Advance. Now trade futures. So if y'all are interested in this, this ain't no paid promo, but you have to sign up with somebody to get started. And I suggest y'all, for y'all that already have Coinbase, y'all might as well go ahead and sign up for this if y'all want to start taking advantage, especially if you want to learn the skill set that I'm showing you. Futures contracts built for the retail investor. And then you want to come down here and read this disclaimer. Futures products and services on Coinbase Advance are offered by Coinbase Financial Markets, a member of NFA, and is subject to NFA's regulatory oversight. So again, for the people that are worried about them doing illegal shit, they cannot do that in this regulated environment. Coinbase was always set up to fall in line. And then once BlackRock got a hold of them, they are on a whole different program. It says, however, you should be aware that NFA does not have regulatory oversight authority over underlying. Okay, this is key right here. And this is what I mean. These products, these futures contracts, they have nothing to do with, look, the underlying or spot virtual currency products. That's what y'all are asking me in the comments. Oh, boss, do you see it coming down? Y'all, that's because I'm giving y'all two narratives, two different perspectives. I'm dealing with the futures markets to go earn cash. These are the cash markets. And then it tells you these future products have nothing to do with the underlying or spot virtual currency products, because that's the commodities. That's another thing that we're waiting for. We need to have some type of destination for these different cryptos, these different tokens. Are they commodities? Are they securities? What are they going to be designated as? And to me, to be honest, me personally, I always have been of the opinion that XRP is a digital commodity. It has utility and use case. It's not no security. It's a commodity. And some of these other assets will be commodities. So just like gold, if y'all don't know, gold, for example, let me come back to gold. Gold is the commodity. Y'all know that. Gold is the commodity. But the futures contracts of gold is what drives which currently drives the market. Because if the futures contracts of gold didn't drive the market, gold will be at a higher price. The true price of gold is not whatever they saying it is right now. I'm trying to go back. Right here. Gold, do y'all really believe the real value of gold is $2,993? Do y'all believe that? Or do you think it's a higher price? Do y'all think it's a higher price? Do y'all think gold is really valued at right under $3,000? Or do y'all think it should be something way higher than that? And the reason it's not higher than that, if y'all never knew this, it's not higher than that because of, let's come over here, the CME. Let's go to metals. And you see right here where it says gold futures. Gold futures. This is the gold futures market, not options. Well, gold futures. This is the symbol for gold futures, GCM. GCM. Now let's come back over here to gold. And this is the spot. This is the spot price of gold, which is a commodity. But the markets are being manipulated and held back by the derivatives products, GCM. Gold futures. You see that? Because why is that? Why is gold so suppressed? It's because the speculation aspect of gold, people willing to bet, either buy or sell gold, and either higher or lower. That's why the market isn't freely just running higher, because of these products right here, these derivatives products, which are pretty much paper contracts that they're looking to tokenize. It allows institutions to hedge, meaning they can multiply and amplify their cash by shorting gold. So for example, high frequency algorithms shorted gold down to this level right here. Right there. You see that right there? Algorithms that these institutions have, they like to multiply their money. Yeah, they're going to accumulate the gold, but they like to multiply their money. So algorithms shorted this market down and they amplified their cash. So from the weekly, it dropped down to a 1 minute time frame. So you can see on the 1 minute time frame, there's algorithms shorting this market for institutions. And they're making profit in both directions of this market because of the futures derivatives contracts. So they shorted market down to this fair value gap that I highlighted. And they're most likely going to be looking to buy it back. And why do they need to change their game? Why do they want to why aren't they in a rush for gold to go to $10,000, $20,000? Excuse me, $10,000, $20,000, $20,000. Why aren't they in a rush for that? Because they're too busy making money. They're too busy making money in both directions, buying and shorting the market. And that's the game that you investors don't understand. And the same game is going to be played for XRP, in my opinion. The same game. They're already playing it. That's why you see over here on Coinbase, they're coming out with these XRP futures so that they can come in these markets and play these same games, because it just gives them more options to make money. That's just my opinion. Don't get offended. He said, bro, the VIX is running at 45%. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna check it out here in a minute. But this is on Coinbase. I'm gonna be looking up. I'm waiting for April 21st because this is what I did on Coinbase. I came to Coinbase. I select the futures markets. And then what I did was I scrolled down. This is the current futures products that they have on Coinbase. And as you can see, they got a gold futures. And this is what I'm about to show y'all right quick. So for example, y'all select one. Which one y'all want to see in the comments? I'm gonna pull it up on TradingView. Which asset from Coinbase, gold futures contracts, which one do y'all want to go see me pull up right quick? And I'm gonna show you that they're not liquid right now. I'm waiting for y'all in the comments. Y'all let me know in the comments which asset do y'all want me to pull up. Okay, Stellar, Daryl, you said Stellar, B-Rush, Stellar, Claude, HBAR. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do both of them. How about that? I'm gonna look up both. So what I did was, if y'all want further information, you come to Coinbase Advanced. That's what it says, Coinbase Advanced. Type that in on Google. And then you come over, they're gonna take you to the home page. They got the spot where you can go buy the digital asset. They got the futures. So I select on futures. You scroll down, you select Stellar, and then you zoom in. Let me zoom in right quick. So it tells you each contract represents 5,000 XLM, allowing participants to access pricing of this growing commodity. So boom, there they go right there on fucking Coinbase telling you what it is on Coinbase. And there still isn't no regular federal regulations on destination of these assets. How do Coinbase know what it is? How does Coinbase know what it is? They tell you directly on their website. And that's what I was just explaining, that these future contracts are going to bring liquidity to the commodity, and they're going to want to be buying it and selling it to multiply their cash, their money. But they're telling you right there on Coinbase that XLM is a fucking commodity. Contract size, it's a nano for retail. So these are pretty much affordable for retail. Now, what you want to do is you want to select more information. And they're going to bring up this document right here. And it says on this document, Coinbase Derivatives, Stellar, which is XLM. It tells you Coinbase Derivatives, LLC. And this is what I was telling y'all earlier. I'm pulling up paperwork. Coinbase is a separate entity than Coinbase Derivatives. So maybe over there on Coinbase, they're robbing you from your digital assets. But on Coinbase Derivatives, LLC, that is a separate entity, and they're federally regulated by the CFTC. So it says Coinbase LLC Silver Futures contract is cash settled. I think that's a typo. They say Silver Futures, but it's a cash settled market, and it allows participants to manage risk, trade on margin. That's what I'm talking about right here. This is not buying the digital asset, trying to continuously bridge that gap between buying the asset. So this is a market where you can go cash flow, grow your cash, and then you can go buy the spot, which is the digital asset. It says you can trade on margin or speculate on the price of, not silver, but this is supposed to be XLM. That's a typo. That's definitely a typo. They're talking about the price of silver, but this is for XLM. Okay, product. And what I'm looking for is the contract code. It says product trading code is XLM. Remember, for XRP, it's going to be what? XLR, something like that. But product code, XLM, it is settled in futures, and trading hours are pretty much 24/7. So what I'm going to do next is, let me see. In the case of hard fork, the new token, I think this is like an old ass PDF, but whatever. But check here down here at the bottom, and this is what I do. This is how I vet before I go put my money to anything. And this is what you want to do. This is the type of stuff y'all want to see from any other exchanges that are like trying to, like, the unregulated exchange is not going to do this. They're not going to have documents, paperwork. They're not going to do all this. You want to see these type of things from regulated environments so that your money is safer when you come into these markets. So Coinbase Derivatives LLC is registered with the the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, as a designated contract market. Boom, just like that. So for those that are thinking the markets aren't already regulated, they're regulated. We're just waiting on Congress. They're just playing games and shit, waiting on Congress. What else does it say? Derivatives contracts are not suitable for all investors. Of course, because you know why? This is for the professionals. And that if you learn the skill set, you can learn the skills that allow you to go into these markets and trade. So look, check it out. Derivatives contracts are not suitable for all investors. So if you're a long-term investor and you're the type of person who thinks, yeah, man, I'm just going to, I'm going to buy, just buy and hold. For you people that buy and hold, this might not be suitable for y'all. But also I teach strategies as well on how to be long-term investors. But some of us, we want more frequency. We want to be more active in putting our capital to work. So it says the risk of losing trading derivative, the risk of loss in trading derivatives contracts can be substantial. And I think I had somebody yesterday say they almost blew their account. And yes, and that's why I teach only trading 1 or 2 times a day. If you take 2 losses per day, you're done. You're not even trying to trade every day. You're trying to find one solid opportunity throughout the week. And I teach this. One solid opportunity throughout the week. Bank capital, be out the market, depending on that type of week, the time of the week. And that's based on the economic calendar. Just like I told y'all last week, if you're trading, be out the market by Wednesday. And guess what? We got the Wednesday and the market was real choppy, etc. So I got rules and protocols, but this is the type of stuff y'all want to see when it comes to a regulated environment. You said I just started getting some XLM yesterday, and I think some of y'all confused on what I'm trying to elaborate. Y'all press 1 if y'all understand what I'm elaborating right here. Can y'all decipher the difference between buying the asset, which is the technology, the token XLM, and going into the market and trading the cash market? So a lot of y'all understand what I'm trying to decipher, because I'm not the best communicator. That's what I'm not the best communicator in trying to get across what I'm trying to elaborate on. And a lot of y'all that watch me, I think y'all get it confused on what what I be trying to show y'all in the markets, in the charts. And I cater to both sides. I cater to the long-term investor, and I cater to people who want opportunity right now, which are day traders. Okay, majority of y'all's a consensus. Most of y'all understand what I'm saying. I appreciate it. What else it says? It says pretty much that, you can sustain substantial loss. And then it says you should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your circumstances and financial resources. So that's that disclaimer. And as I trade, I teach you risk management. I teach you how to only risking 1% or less. Some of y'all like to multiply. No, 1% or less can get the job done. 1% can get you rich. 1% or less. Some of y'all might want to put 50% on. No, that's not what we're doing. So let's go look at XLM on the on Coinbase. So let's come over here. I'm gonna type in XLM, and I'm going to pull up the Coinbase chart. XLM spot. I'm looking for the futures. XLM futures. 1 second. Let me pull up XLM futures, which is strange. But right now they got XLM futures on Coinbase, but they don't have like a specific ticker. So if you come to XLM and select the Coinbase chart on TradingView, that's what it looks like right there. And you can come over here and trade spot. What does it say on the paperwork? Come back to the paperwork. So for XLM, this is what it says. This is how you evaluate a contract. It says minimum price increment and tick value. It says increment for every for every 0.00001 XLM, which I forget what it's called. Like, XRP is drops. Well, I don't know what XLM calls there. I forgot what it was. But for every fluctuation, so you see this 1 right here, if that 1 goes to a 2, that is 5 cents. If that 1 goes to 3, that is 10 cents. Y'all get it? So if this 1 goes lower, which you can't get any lower than this, but let's say, for example, over here, this was 101. So let's say this last digit ticks below 1, it goes to 0. Well, it'll be 100. And then let's say it ticks at 9. It goes below that and goes to a 9. Then it will be 099. And what does that look like in the charts? Let's come over here right quick. Let's come to XLM. And I'm just trying to educate y'all on what this will look like. And right now, it is not liquid. It is not liquid for me. It's not a liquid market. So look over here right here. Right now, XLM is trading at 22 cents. It's moving. This is a 1 minute time frame. I don't know if y'all can zoom in right above me right here over on the right, but you can see the fluctuation. And you can see all those ticks. Each time it ticks, 5 cents. And then that was a large jump right there. So this can get really ran up real quick. And this is what you're going to be able to do on Coinbase with the derivatives. You can do it now. I think it's live now on Coinbase. But look at the ticks over here on the right. Every time it ticks one digit on the far right, that is 5 cents. And guess what? This can add up real quick. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. I'm going to start demonstrating once these things become more validated and we get more information. So I'm definitely going to be waiting for April 21st to see the specifics on XRP, that futures contract on Coinbase. And then I think I was going to come to, let me see right quick, come back to Coinbase. Y'all also said HBAR. So for example, HBAR, you come over here to Coinbase Futures, Hedera. You learn more, and it's going to give you the contract, the paperwork for the derivatives. It tells you the trading hours. And I think right now these markets are not 24/7 for futures, but they said once they drop the XRP futures, the markets will go 24 hours a day. That's what they said on that article. So whenever they drop the XRP futures, they will start offering 24/7 trading. And I think right now they offer it for Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin and Ethereum. Do they got an ETH? Yeah, Nano ETH right here. Let's select that, Nano ETH. What I want to look at is the contract code. You see that right there? The product trading code right there. And the trading code right here, which XLM didn't have one, which is strange. So the trading code right now on Coinbase Futures, ET for ETH. So let's come over here. I'm going to type in ET. Trading view, ET. And then boom, right there. You see, it says ET Nano Ethereum Futures on Coinbase Derivatives right there. I'm going to select that. And I messed up. I'm going to have to reload my charts again. All right, let me exit out of that. ET. And this is what I'm talking about right here. So I don't know when Coinbase started offering these future products. This has to have been recently. Let's go down to the monthly time frame. Monthly time frame. So on this particular chart, this is only showing data from March. So I'm assuming these Coinbase derivatives. Okay, y'all tell me in the comments, the people that have been trading Coinbase, which I'm not familiar too much with Coinbase. Has Coinbase been offering futures contracts? Have they been offering these contracts? Or is this like, have y'all been seeing that on their platform? Have y'all been seeing that on their platform? Has Coinbase been offering Coinbase derivatives? Y'all let me know in the comments. And I agree with you, Daryl. They it's not much to work with, and that's because they're not liquid. They don't have that sponsorship. Okay, so this is new. Let me go Google Coinbase derivatives. So Coinbase is already rolling this stuff out, sponsored by BlackRock. Y'all know that. Sponsored by BlackRock. Y'all said y'all got the notification 2 weeks ago. So, okay, this is brand new and we're early. So we're early to this. We're brand new to these markets for the derivatives trading futures on Coinbase. This is going to bring me back to Coinbase because of these products. And this is a big deal for me. And this is pretty much going to be tokenized trading. This is big. This is a big deal. So right now, they got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, Nano Bitcoin, Nano Ethereum, Micro Crude Oil, Nano Crude Oil, Gold, Polkadot, 1K SHIB, Avalanche, Chainlink, Silver, Stellar, Nano, Solana, HBAR, Cardano, Natural Gas, and on the 21st, they will be adding XRP. And then look, if this is brand new, like y'all are telling me, somebody just told me in the comments, they just got the notification 2 weeks ago that they're bringing Coinbase futures derivatives. As I'm on this site right here, it says regulatory filings. So they're already ahead of time. And again, they're backed by BlackRock. Let's select that. And then come to, this is all on Coinbase. And I suggest y'all come do your own research. Here we go right here. We got all these filings done this year so far. 2025 20th, modifications to fee schedule. So here all is, again, who else is talking about this? Who is coming to show y'all this right on their website? And this is the type of research that you have to do. Look right here on the 16th, 2025, and I'm assuming this was March. Listing of the Nano XRP Futures. Listing of the XRP Futures. This is all recent. Do y'all see this? Look, modifications to crypto market maker program redacted. That right there lets you know smart money. This shit is already controlled and programmed. Market maker. How many times did I tell y'all market maker sell program, market maker buy program? That's because market makers control the damn markets. And this isn't dealing with DeFi, not that type of market maker. These are dealing with smart money. The people that come in control these markets. So that's a big deal right there. Listing of Cardano futures. This was all done this year, and they got a lot done last year. But this year, during the year of regulations, here they are again. So for the people, a lot of people was upset at Coinbase when they removed XRP. Who remembers that? So I guess this is them giving back. This is their gift back to the market, or, you know, their platform saying, hey, we got these XRP futures regulated. So this is going to be one of the only platforms, which is the biggest platform that will be offering XRP futures contracts. There might be Coinbase and one other that's a smaller exchange, but institutions are going to want to come to Coinbase to get these XRP futures contracts and start trading them. And when they do that, once that institutional money comes into the market, that's going to drive price. That's how you're going to see the price drive. And that's just one aspect. So I click on this, and this is the documentation, y'all. This is how y'all come dig up the paperwork. This is a paperwork party. So it says CTFC regulation 40.2 certification listing of XRP futures contract. And this was filed on, I don't know when it was filed, April 3rd. Let me see. Contract description. The XRP futures contract, the contract will be a monthly cash settle, which I already read that. Oh, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. Here we go, right here. Contract code XRL. So again, when we want to come trade these future contracts, oh, wait a minute, boy. Wait a minute. I'm going to get into it here in a second. But this is going to be the contract code. This is the code we're going to look for once these things go live on the 21st. But what just caught my eye, which is crazy. This shit is crazy. This market is going to be so liquid, it ain't even funny. Minimum tick size and value. Right here. This is what I'm paying attention to. This is how you calculate how much each trade is going to be when you take out a contract. So again, minimum tick size, and this is more familiar with me, like reading Stellar and Hedera. I forget what they call theirs, but I'm more familiar with the research of XRP. Minimum tick size. We all know that 0.0001, everything to the right of the digit is drops. We know that, right? So check it out, each drop. So for example, if this goes to 0.0002, the value of that will be $1. Yeah, I hope y'all understand how powerful this is. And once this goes live, I'm gonna be head first in here. I'm gonna be head first. Are y'all understanding that? Y'all push one and y'all understand the power in each one of these tick sizes. No, it ain't gonna just be heaven for me. If y'all learn this skill set, which I'm trying to show y'all, this shit is gonna be crazy. Y'all want to run up a bag? Okay, for example, let me go back right quick. I don't think they're hearing me. I don't think they're hearing me because you might get, whoever watched Paid in Full when the man was like, man, he showed you something. Who watched Paid in Full? Y'all familiar with Paid in Full? When he called what's his name? Ace. He called Ace to the basement or to the bottom of the basement, and he was like, "You see this right here? You see this right here?" He did that right there. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "What, you got a twitch in your neck?" I think a lot of y'all got that twitch in your neck. I think a lot of y'all don't understand what I'm showing y'all. Do you understand? Like, he said this was $50 a pop. That little piece of rock, that rock right there was $50 a pop. And what I'm trying to show y'all right now is each one of these drops is going to be worth $1. Each drop, when you're dealing with XRL futures product, each drop is $1. Now let's go back to let's go back to Coinbase right quick. Oh, okay, you said it was $800 a pop. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, B Rush. Let me go back to bruh, I'm gonna take y'all to the chart in a minute, but let me, that gives me a better idea on how these products gonna be trading as we go into the markets. So let me come back to Coinbase. 1 second. I need to come back to Coinbase. And which product? This was Ethereum right here. Woo, this is telling. So this is Ethereum. This is ETH. Remember, product code was ET for Ethereum. And I'm gonna go back to the Ethereum chart in a minute. I can't wait for the 21st. Minimum price increment in tick size. So this is pretty much the same thing I just showed y'all in XRP. Look, for increment. So for every 50 cents. Wait. I need a better example. 1 second. Okay, for every 50 cents of Ethereum, every 50 cents, they pay out 5 cents, 5 pennies. So put that in perspective. So for every time Ethereum fluctuates either higher or lower, 50 cents, that's 5 cents per trade. You know, that's 5 cents that add, you know, on a contract. So hopefully y'all understand that right there. So compare that to XRP. For every drop, that is $1. Every drop is $1. Are y'all understanding this? Y'all got that twitch in your neck? Are y'all? Now let's come to XRP right quick. Let's come to XRP. Let's come to XRP. Let's go down to a 1 minute time frame. Here we are showing you. I'm trying to show you. And that's why I say y'all need to learn this skill set. Now, if I don't know, I can't zoom in for y'all on this chart right here. I can't zoom in, but if you can zoom in on your screen over here to the right side of my screen, right here where my cursor is. Right now, XRP is at $1.91 and 88 drops. So if you can see the fluctuation, you see the market kind of selling off right now. Every drop, that's $1. So for example, I agree, B Rush. I agree. Let me see right quick. Big Dre, shout out to you. But what I'm trying to show y'all right quick, every drop. So right now, look at the fluctuation right now. Look at all those dollars fluctuate. This is how you know XRP is going to be highly liquid. It's going to be more liquid than Ethereum. They telling you on the paper as far as the futures contracts, which all those future contracts, though derivatives, will bring liquidity to the underlying asset, which is the commodity. The commodity. All this liquidity, because institutions, this is the institutional's world. This is their world. This is the markets they like to play in. These markets are highly liquid. Like I showed y'all earlier, 9 trillion wiped out of the stock market since the inauguration, since January. 9 trillion wiped out. That is a lot of capital in the market flowing through that market, those markets. So we're expecting that same institutional liquidity to come to these digital asset markets. And as they are add these products, these are for those institutions. So again, to be honest right quick, this article right here where it says Coinbase files for XRP futures trading. Just remove Coinbase and say BlackRock. Just remove Coinbase and say BlackRock. BlackRock files for XRP futures trading. That's how I'm viewing this. That's exactly how I view this. But again, let's put some money behind it. Let's go find an example right quick. Let's go find an example. And I can't really calculate that right now. So $1. How much will $1 be? This is insane right quick. I got to get better at math. I'm not the best at math. I can read these charts though, but let me see right quick. Okay, let's say let's say XRP is at, let's say $5. Y'all in the comments who are good at math and went to school for calculus. For y'all that went to school for calculus, or whatever, you're math nerds. If XRP is at $5 and then it goes to $6, and you was trading futures, XRL, what would that be? And I got my calculator out as well. I'm gonna do the math with y'all. If XRP was at $5, or let's say, for example, $1. Let's say $1. Keep it simple. XRP is at $1. And then it goes to $2. What would that be as far as value on the futures contracts? And here goes the number. Here goes the math right here. And you got to include the drops as well. So let me see right quick. I'm gonna crunch that in. B Rush, you said it is BlackRock because BlackRock is partnered with Coinbase and they have no need to do futures within BlackRock. Of course, no doubt, no doubt. All right, y'all math is all over the place. Let me pull out my calculator. I got some people saying 200,000, which I don't see that. 10,000. Let's see right quick. Y'all got to include the drops. So, okay, for example, the minimum tick size, this is the price of XRP right here. Just put a 1 right here. For this 0, right where my cursor is, put a 1. Because XRP is at $1. Now, if it goes from $1 to $2, what would that be in value? And I'm about to try to calculate this. So, but every drop, which is right here, every drop, which is this last digit on the screen, that will be $1. Man, this shit is going to be so liquid. It's not even funny. This shit is going to be highly liquid. And I'm going to need to be able to demo trade this. 0.001. And if you're mathing, y'all put your math calculation or put your math equation in the comments. I'm trying to figure this out right quick. Put your math equation in the comments. $1 times bro, I feel real because I'm not used to drops. I'm not used to calculating shit with drops on it. So I'm kind of like I'm throwed off. I'm all the way thrown off. Let me continue reading this. Y'all work out magic right quick. It says display price example. Okay, here we go right here. Contract size. So for every XRP contract size, you will be holding like 10,000 XRP per contract. Display price example, $2. See here we go right here, $2. This is the example, $2 in 1 drop. Contract notional, $20,000 contract notional equals 2.1 times 10,000. Let me see right quick. I'm brand new to this shit, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm used to simple, like, for example, if I come to the CME, this is CME. This is a whole different exchange. This is one of the largest exchanges in the world. And it says, look, minimum price fluctuation, and this is for gold. For every 10 cents per troy ounce, that's $10. So, or if I do the, let's say the S&P, which I'm familiar with those markets, so it's easy to calculate for me. But this crypto shit is a whole different monster because we're just calculating drops. So I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta see what that looks like. I'm gonna select the S&P. And Daryl, you keep saying 10,000. Y'all are saying 10,000. I got multiple people saying $10,000. So damn. And once the market becomes real liquid, it's not going to be nothing for XRP to flow from $2 to $3. And y'all are saying that's like 10 grand, which is crazy. That's crazy as hell. You said XAI? Okay, I'm gonna do that when I get off of here. I'm gonna ask AI when I get off of here. I'm not gonna do it right now. And then the next live stream, again, we got several days. We got a few weeks to understand this more and more. So as y'all come over to the live stream in the upcoming weeks, we're gonna have further more information on this. So this is the NASDAQ. I mean the S&P, and for me, it's easy to calculate the S&P. So this is the tick size for the S&P, 0.25. And for every basis point, so it goes from 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, it rounds off even, and then it starts over. And then like this will go to like a 1. This digit to the left, that'll be a 1. And then it go 1.25, 1.50, 1.75, and then it round off, and then it become a 2. And so every 25 points, that's $12.50. And for me, that's easy to calculate because I've been doing it for a while. But even then, you don't see any type of drops that you're dealing with. Now let's come back to Coinbase. Now back on Coinbase, here's the example. Sneaky, you said you divided 1 by 0.000.1 is 10K. Okay, let me use that math. And I appreciate y'all because that's where I need. Hey, I'm not the best. I can trade and I'm good. I'm decent at math. I don't know all math though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know all math. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all helping me calculate this. And that makes sense as well. You're dividing 1 by 0.1 drops. So for example, on this right here, it says, I'm assuming this is 2 contracts. And they took the 2.0 times 10. Let me see. So that's $2 times 10,000. And that's $20,000. Display. And that's the price of XRP as well. So, okay, I think that I get it now. I think I get it. So whatever the price of the current asset, right here, you see that right there? Whatever the prices of the current asset, I guess you, man, to hell if I know. I'm gonna work on it though. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm definitely gonna figure it out. And I want to see this live. And once they go live, I'm gonna play with it. You said you think I'm blowing? Yeah, hey, B Rush, I don't know it all. I definitely don't know it all because we're dealing with a whole new asset class and this is the thing about derivatives. Each derivative is made up. That's why it's a debt market. Every contract, any product, they can just make up any notional value of it. They could just make up anything for it. Every derivative contract that I've seen, they can make up any number for it, and that's what they roll with. So trying to understand this contract right here, it's completely different than the one from Ethereum. So look at Ethereum. This makes sense. So for every fluctuation, every 50 cents per ETH, that is 5 cents of value. You said, is a different animal in the same beast? Pretty much. See, I can understand Ethereum. This is a sign of intelligence, lifelong learning. Like I said, I don't know everything, bro. I'm just an average person who knows how to trade and understands how price action works. At the same time, this is learning. I will be sitting here hours until I figure this out. I appreciate it, Frozen. And I'm glad y'all could see me being human. And again, what other channel is going to tell y'all, sit here and try to understand this so that y'all can understand this. I'm not just trying to understand this for me. Again, as you can see, I'm not looking at the charts. I can do this all day over here. I could come over here, show you different strategies, knowing that the market is algorithmic based on repetition. These things repeating over and over. We are in the 9 o'clock hour, about to be in the 10 o'clock hour. And I could do this all day. I already told y'all there was a possibility we trade back up into these gaps. We did. And I'm still bearish on the market. I could do this all day. But when it comes to calculating how much you're risking and how much you're taking profit based on what they determine the value of a contract is, which this right here And I'm just using that as an example. This is XRP USD. But whenever those future contracts come live, we're going to be looking at XRL futures. So anytime I go to the XRL markets, which I'm going to expect they're not liquid. For example, let's come over to Ethereum. This is the Ethereum Coinbase futures. These just hit the market a month ago. So in March, this Ethereum contract just hit the market. And it is not liquid at all. I would not come in here and trade this. It's not liquid. You said to trade ARP futures will be expensive. So this is the Ethereum futures contract. Oh yeah. Oh, hi-fi. Yes. It will be expensive like gold. Gold is expensive to trade. Gold is very expensive. I did a trade example trading futures gold on my live stream a few weeks ago. But XRP futures, from what I've seen so far, every drop. So for example, you're pretty much, man, this shit gonna be crazy. Okay, and another reason this XRP might be stable as fuck if you're only trading drops. If you're only trading drops, XRP is gonna be highly stable. Because every drop, every tick, look, tick size value equals 0.0001 drops. So every fluctuation, that's $1. That is highly expensive. So once this makes a complete trip, so from 1 to 9, that is $10. And this digit right here, once it fluctuates to a 1, that is $10. And then it'll be 1, 0.01, and 1 drop. So 0.01 all the way up to 9, go to 2, that's $20. So once this hits a 2, this digit right here, once that turns into a 2, that's $20. Okay, 0.03, that's $30. And so on and so forth. Once this gets a 9, once this digit right here goes to a 9, that is $90. Can y'all imagine that? That's what's going to bring that liquidity to this market right here, by them injecting all of these contracts into the market. Yeah, B Rush, we got to add everything. I'm just showing one aspect of this bringing value to XRPL. Me talking about the futures has nothing to do with the derivatives. It has nothing to do with the ETFs, has nothing to do with payments, has nothing to do with money transfers. I'm just covering what I'm familiar with, which is futures trading, and just looking at this shit right here, how they're putting value to these contracts. This shit is going to be so liquid, it's not even funny. This right here is telling. It's documented. And like you said, we're not including all the other things. That shit is this is a whole nother, hey. And I was looking for this, and I just stumbled upon this on live stream. I was looking for this and walked right into it. Pretty much what I was waiting for the 21st for them to release XRP futures contracts, and then I walked right upon the listing directly from Coinbase, and it's public information. So look, let's continue to read this. 3 nearest monthly contracts. So they're gonna have 3. They're gonna do it like the similar to traditional markets where they have front running contracts out ahead. Daily settlement, lead month daily settlement, 3:00 p.m. CT. So the end of the day for the futures contract will be at 3 p.m. Central Time, which will be 4:00 Eastern Standard Time. If a trade occurs in the 60 seconds prior to 3 p.m., the daily settlement will be calculated using VWAP of such trades, rounded to the nearest tradable tick. If there are no trades during this time, the exchange will use the TWAP of the futures contract's midpoint of the bid ask from the 60 seconds prior to 3 p.m. So they're pretty much saying you need to be out that market before 3 p.m. or they're pretty much going to tax you. They're going to tax you. And that's how the traditional markets work. Final settlement price fluctuation limits. 10% of hourly calculated reference. Last trading day. Trading terminates at 4 p.m. London time on the last Friday of the contract month. If that day is not a business day in the U.S., trading terminates on the preceding day. That is a U.S. business day. Position limits, 4,000 XRL contracts aggregate. Damn. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is for institutions. I'm telling y'all, 4,000 contracts per trade. That's a limit. Look, we not liquid like that. Me, you, everybody in this live stream, we are not liquid. Can I learn futures in the next 2 weeks? Sign up to the Patreon. You need some type of foundation. You need to start with a foundation. Start with a Patreon. This is going to make me want to go ahead and create futures lessons just on futures trading. But check this out. This right here is telling position limits, meaning you can't put on more than 4,000 contracts, which not me, you, or nobody else can do this. This is for those institutional entities putting on 4,000 contracts at a time. And imagine algorithms putting on this many contracts. That's what I'm trying to show y'all. Let's come back to XRP. Imagine, for example, let's go out to a 5 minute. Let me find a traded entry example. Let's go out to a 15 minute. We're just consolidating right now for XRP. Just sideways consolidating. So for example, I'm looking at this gap right here. I'm gonna hide this one. This is an hourly gap in purple. But this gap right here on a 15 minute time frame, you can see us trading up into it. Imagine being an institution and setting a limit order, let's say at the midway of the gap right there. And they put on 4,000 XRL contracts, 4K XRL. Me, you, or anybody else cannot do that. We cannot do that because we're not liquid enough to do so. And imagine holding that all the way down to the bottom of that 3 month fair value gap. And if we just, let's go ahead and measure that. Let's go ahead and measure that. Let me take this tool over here. It's a shorting tool. I'm going to put it right here on the entry. And I'm going to drag it down to the take profit, which will be at the top of that gap. And let's see, for y'all who are good at math, can y'all calculate this in XRL? My stop loss, which would be, no, that's wrong. My bad. Let me switch this up. Short entry. Take profit down here at the gap. That's that 3 month fair value gap. Stop loss. Where would your stop loss be? Right there. And for my math people, let me see right quick. I'm trying to figure out how to calculate this shit. But anyway, it tells you, if y'all can zoom in, it shows you the drops, the ticks. So for example, the entry right here, which would be 0.0217 drops in a return of 0.1481 drops. And that's pretty much a 7.64% return. And your stop loss will be at 1.12%. And I can't calculate those numbers right now. But remember, every drop costs $1. So that is ridiculous. So you pretty much, damn. You take, I'm gonna put it in right quick. You're gonna take that 0.0217. We're about to figure this out right now on this particular trade setup. Now this could fail real time, but I'm just using this as an example to get short. You're gonna take 0.0217 and you're gonna subtract it from the take profit, which is down here at the bottom of the gap, 0.1481. And okay, I need y'all to pull out them calculators. That is 0.1264. 0.1264. Let me see if I can draw that out. 0.1264. Now, that's how many drops that you profited from. Y'all do the math. Y'all do the math. This last digit is the drop, which is the 4. But what would that be right there as far as take profits? How much money would that be? Y'all do the math. Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all do the math. Would that be $126? I'm not sure, because the last digit is the drop. The last digit is the drop. So if I go back up, 1, 2, 3, 4, the last digit is the drop. So you're really looking at these 3 on the left. So every time this drop fluctuates, or this tick fluctuates, these digits rise either higher or lower. So we shorted the market, and I would say what, that's $126 maybe? Is that $126? Am I right? What y'all think? I don't know. I'm just guessing, but that's what it looks like to me. If I'm calculating that right, and every drop is $1. Or no, I might be wrong as well, because every drop, so for example, this last digit on the 4, that 4 could go higher, and that's $1. So it could be 1265, and that's $1. So, man, look, y'all help a brother out, man. Like, for y'all people that are good at math, and once this thing go live and I start playing with it, I will see how it actually trades. So sometimes you got to get your feet wet to see, okay, this is how it's calculating. And this can be a very fast market. But definitely sign up to the Patreon if y'all want to learn how to trade futures. Most definitely. I'm just kicking it, man. Y'all got any questions, any answers, or y'all just, what I was doing was, if y'all come to Coinbase, if y'all want to go pull this up, I suggest y'all come pull it up if y'all interested. And let me see. I might drop this in my Patreon as well. I drop this in the Patreon. And I'm also in the Discords. I might drop this in the Discords so that y'all people that like to read, y'all can come over here. And I like to read too, but timing. Everybody time is different. Some people can read in 50 seconds. Now, what the hell did I just do? I don't even know what I just did. Center. Oh, we got some people in the building. What's up, Center? I just got here. I believe $1.86 was the floor. Do you still think we're going lower? Y'all, okay, we got Center in the building, y'all. We've been waiting for you, Center. We've been waiting for you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Center. Now, wasn't you one of the ones that said XRP wasn't going below $2? I need you to come to the front of the congregation. And I'm not getting on you, Center. We just gonna make it fun and entertaining. I'm not serious at all. So don't be in your feelings. Don't be in your feelings. But people remember what you said a few days ago or last week. So I'm gonna need you to come to the front of the congregation, Center. Yeah, come to the front of the class, Center. This is all, this is nothing personal. We just want to get some clarity because you said, hello, I said it was holding. No, that ain't what you said, Center. If we broke, we don't go. No, that ain't what you said, Center. That ain't what you said. We got witnesses. We got witnesses been waiting on you. People been leaving me comments in my page talking about you, Center. We've been waiting for you. And then you show up late. You supposed to be at the first of the class. So you must have been watching somebody else. You must have been on somebody else's channel and getting their insights and what they think. And then you come over here so you think you can tell me, hey, this is what I think. This is what I think price is going. So let me zoom out for XRP. Let's go back. Let's go walk back out for Center. He said, go back. Now you done told me. Everybody in here remembers, Center. Everybody in the class remembers you saying XRP isn't going. You don't think so. XRP isn't going below $2. Well, so far we done been down to $1.86. He said, stop trying you. I'm not trying you. I'm not trying you at all. I ain't trying you at all. We just trying to clear it up because people been asking about where you been at. Because people remember, this ain't from me. This is from the people. They remember you saying it ain't going below $2. And we're still waiting to come below down to that $1.78 level. Now, what you just said, you said you think it's not going to go. Let me see. You said, let me see right quick. What did you just say? You said, I just got here. I believe $1.86 was the floor. No. You did not think, and then you say you believe $1.86 was the floor. But it's definitely, last week you said we're going from $2 to $5. Am I lying? Y'all in the comments, who remember that last week? You said XRP, we're going to hit the floor at $2 and go to $5. Who remembers that? Here we go. We got a troll in here or somebody brand new. So what's his name right here? I can't even Tyro Mio 76 Pride. Are you giving financial advice? Why must it be I said I predicted? So are you confusing me saying that I predicted the markets and comparing that to giving financial advice? What is that? TJ Romeo. What do you mean by that? Center, you were saying it goes to $1.70. Go back to the comments. Center, that's still in play, Center. We still in play. Here we go. We got some trolls up in here tonight. Not you, Center. Echelon, I said I watched it break $2 live today. It was a lot of resistance, but finally gave up. Prognostication is not advice. TJ, I need you to come back to the live stream, man. Don't be saying shit and then running off. You're gonna get blocked. I don't like to block my people, but don't just be coming in here. Come back to you've been hiding out. A lot of y'all be in the background. Come back to the channel, to the chat and communicate. Go make this a little entertaining right quick. Just got on with the details. Just get on with the details. Oh yeah, you about to get blocked, TJ. Who you come to my house. You in my house right now. How you gonna tell me what to do in my house? I'm just, I think you getting it confused and twisted. Just get on. So if I just get on, you're looking for the information, right? I'm not hiding, fam. I'm not hiding, fam. So what do you mean, TJ? I listen to you, cuz. First of all, I'm not your cuz. We're not related. Not your cuz. We're not related. And just by how you talking, I can go ahead and discriminate. I know what kind of person you is, but I ain't gonna say it right here. I know what kind of person you is just by how you're communicating. Honestly, bro, being rude on someone else's channel, what a clown. Oh, we gonna make an example. I'm gonna make that screen go black here in a minute. I'm just trying to see, what I'm saying? Like I got the power to make that screen go black. So if I'm just trying to come in here, communicate properly and effective. And make it clear, how is me giving my perspective financial advice? It's only financial advice if you took what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's not financial advice at all. But if you taking what I'm saying and then it's not working for you, and you must have feeling some type of way. I don't know. I don't get you. TJ, I listen to your black man. It's just the arrogance. I listen to you, black man. It's just the arrogance. You're God. I ask question. I'm not feeling man, you must be smoking. You must be high or something. You must be drinking. Because y'all in the chat, have I ever acted like I'm God? How many people have been watching me and I sit here and tell y'all I'm very humble. You know what I'm saying? I interact with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Have I ever acted like I'm God and I'm beyond anybody? By me even just reviewing certain shit like documentation with y'all and telling y'all that I'm gonna share it, how is that acting like God? I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you like this. Like, some people can't take other people's confidence. Some people can't take other people's confidence and I must be dripping in it. You know what I'm saying? I must be, it's just me. That's just my personality. If you ever meet me in real life, I'm very humble. I'm very genuine. I'm a caring person. I'm a real human being. So I guess, me being on this platform and behind this camera, you might be, taking it some type of way, but that ain't my problem. No, we're going to make it entertaining. We got to make this entertaining sometime. This is me engaging. I'm not going to block them just yet because I do got that power to make the screen go black, which again, I don't never be on that type of time. Yeah, I agree with B Rush. Don't block them. Let them learn. It's best not to sit back, be silent, and let the person teach you something. I agree. And I feel like, have I ever acted like I'm God? Have I ever acted like I'm God doing my live streams? And again, I never seen you, TJ. I never seen you on my live stream. So don't be running now. Y'all start. Hey, Tino, a lot of y'all starting to see the hate. The hate is definitely real. And I don't know why, but that's part of it though. That's part of it. You'll never, listen, that comes with it. I listen to B Rush. I never comment. So if you listen, okay, let me ask you this, TJ. That really bothered you? Like something, bro, you must have had a bad day. Your woman must have left you or something. You know what I'm saying? Something happened. You must have lost some money in these markets. I'm going back in the comments and you just out of the blue say, Pride, are you giving financial advice? Why must it be I said it, I predicted it? Because TJ, if you sit back and listen, and you've been watching my channel, you have seen me. Have you been here since November? Have you been here since October? A lot of these people in my live stream have. And if you have been here, you've seen me call the markets beforehand. How many y'all put one if y'all seen me in the markets, calling the markets beforehand? So I feel like I got every right to say I predicted the market. I got every right to do that, right? Because y'all are witnessing me doing it live. How many people watch me do this live? That shit is funny. There you go, TJ. For you who you claim that you watch, but you're clearly not paying attention. You're looking for a handout. You're one of those people that are waiting for me to give you a signal or some type of trading advice, because I don't give trading advice. I also got disclaimers. I've been listening to you for a long time. So, okay, why haven't you ever popped out in the comments? It's just how you started the live. Man, how long this live been going? I've been live for a while now. How am I just now? You just coming in the live and you saying how I started the live. It don't make no sense. The guy's trying to waste your time. Frozen. I'm pretty much done for now. We just kicking it. I dropped a lot of information. So far right now, the markets are just consolidating. TJ, if you want to learn how to come trade, if you want to learn technical analysis, TJ, come over here where I'm very humble. How many people are signed up in my Patreon and I'm genuinely teaching? I'm not frauding. I'm not scamming, none of that shit. How many of y'all are signed up? Press 1 in the comments if y'all are signed up to the Patreon and I'm giving you real value where you can take the information for yourself and apply it to your real life. So how is that arrogant in playing like I'm God? How is that arrogant in playing like I'm God? But you over there watching me, you're watching me behind the screen feeling some type of way. You watching me feeling some type of way. So for y'all that want to learn technical analysis from somebody who is genuine and really has a passion for this skill set, and this is pretty much my day-to-day life. This is my everyday life. I do this shit every fucking day. And all I want to do is help other people learn this skill set, because there's not a lot of people who actually know how to trade properly. I teach that. I got a passion for teaching this. I got a passion for teaching technical analysis. This is my world. And that's playing God. So by me doing this for, let me see, I'm going on 4.5 years. For me, after doing this for 4.5 years straight, before I even came on YouTube, I've been doing this shit every day, 365, ain't no days off. So doing that consecutively for years, I have the confidence to say I predicted the market. I got the confidence to say I called it before it happened. But you just somebody watching me on YouTube. You said, bro, all I said was how you started the live. You can't determine over here in my house on my live stream, sponsored by YouTube. You can't determine how I start my live stream. If you don't like it, you know what you can do, right? How you gonna tell I'm a grown man. How you gonna tell a grown man how to operate in life? How you gonna tell a grown man how to move and what he should and shouldn't be doing? And I'm a grown man. I handle my responsibilities. I get money. I take care of my child. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass man. How you gonna tell another grown ass man how he should be conducting himself? I'm not over here disrespecting nobody. I'm not over here calling nobody out their name. All I'm doing is providing value on my live stream. So TJ, if you will humble yourself, come over here and sign up to the Patreon. Oh, you said he called me giving in to Center, but hey, B Rush, I'm cool with Center. Center is cool. Center is cool. Center laughed about it, and we just joking, whatever. I don't feel Center been showing up to my live streams, and for the most part, he all right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no smoke with nobody. I say that. I told him before I even came at him. I said, don't take it personal. But his side hold him took it personal. His side hold him took it personal. But it's okay. You talking about okay, bet. So I can't comment. I ain't never said you can't comment, but you ain't gonna tell me how to conduct my live stream, TJ. You ain't gonna tell me that. I can make that screen go black, and then you just got to go on about your life. You won't get this insight from a professional. You won't be able to have access to what I'm providing over here, which most live streamers, most people in this crypto space ain't providing. So you won't be able to have access to that, which it ain't gonna hurt me none. Whatever, if you subscribe and you decide not to subscribe, there's gonna be more people coming to subscribe. It don't make me no difference. It don't make me no difference. I think you just need to humble yourself. And again, you instead of doing it, instead of being in somebody's comments, feeling some type of way, that ain't gonna get you nowhere. You talk this is what bothered me about this. What this motherfucker said, he said, I didn't care about the arrogant comments. This motherfucker said, let me see what he said. I'm scrolling up. Let me see. This motherfucker said, oh, this is what bothered me the most. TJ, you said just get on with the details. That's what bothered me the most. Like, really, motherfucker? Like, just get on with the details. You want my insight. You don't have access. You don't have to get access to my insights and my details. I could deny you all the access. You want something from me. Now, what am I getting in return, TJ? What do I get in value in return? I'm over here giving you value, but what do I get in return? Just go on with the details. I didn't care about the other statement, but when you talking about just going with the details, I'm like, who the fuck is you? I'm just saying. Claude, you said let's get back to learning to get this bread. I'm pretty much done, Claude. I pretty much covered it. I got time tonight. Sometimes we gotta, cause I think people get it confused. Like, none of y'all would tell me this in real life. I swear to God, you wouldn't. And I'm not no tough guy. TJ, you clearly are. Y'all press 1 in the comments if y'all think TJ feeling some type of way. Y'all just press 1. If y'all agree, if y'all think TJ feeling some type of way, press 1. He talking about brother, are you in the Nation of Islam? Are you Israelite? Because I already know you're a black man. You definitely black. But come on now. Everybody in the comments think you feeling some type of way. Press 1 if you think TJ is feeling some type of way. Brother, I'm not feeling some type of way. I'm not feeling no kind of way. So TJ, we all agree that you, and listen, people come to their own conclusion. I'm not telling nobody nothing. Yeah, them motherfuckers a Hebrew Israelite, brother. I'm not your brother because you don't know me. You behind the screen. Let's come over here and look at price. Since y'all, it's really nothing to teach now. If y'all want to learn anything else, because TJ done messed it up. Sign up to the Patreon. I'm here for the smoke, y'all. But I don't want that. I want to stick to what I know. And I don't care about nobody commenting, but don't be rude. Come on now. When you in somebody else's house, do you take your shoes off? Especially you Hebrew Israelites and you Muslims. No, I'm not talking about Muslims or anybody, any type of religion. I'm talking about the people, Muslims have respect. They take off their shoes when they go into people's houses. So when you come to my house, be respectful and take off your shoes. Take off your shoes when you come in my house and humble yourself. And best believe, y'all must not know, y'all don't know me because I'm entertained by this as well. Y'all don't know me. I'm definitely entertained by this. This is my entertainment. I'm here for it. And then you're gone, TJ. So we got to get the record straight, man. When y'all come in my house, I'm always humble and I'm giving y'all a lot of value, and I don't disrespect nobody, but I ask for the same respect in return. I ask for that same respect in return. Don't come in here making demands, talking about move on and get to the details. Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm a humble guy, man. I'm definitely humble, bro. I'm definitely humble, and I don't bother nobody. I just look at these markets, I trade, and I just do what I do. I specialize in this, and that's all I care about at the end of the day. And I'm trying to help other people in this world. That's all I care about. When I log off, I go back to what I do. All right, B-Rush, shout out to you. I appreciate it, Scott. But again, look at XRP right quick. Look at XRP. We're in the Asia session. We're in the 10 o'clock hour. We traded back up into this SIBI. We're just ranging around, but I'm expecting maybe sometime tomorrow that we sell off. TJ, I'm signing up for the P. I'm assuming Patreon. Like I said, you talking real aggressive, but let me continue to read. I can hear the bass in your voice. I can hear the tone that you're speaking with, brother. Like I said, you give great knowledge. It was just the equivalent of me saying, say less and kick knowledge. And again, TJ, you can't tell me to say less on my own platform, on my own channel. Wherever I want to go, any direction, even if I want to entertain some shit, I'm going to do that. I'm a grown man. So whenever I choose to move on with any subject or anything I want to talk about, I'm gonna do it on my own time. I'm somebody who walk on my own time. Nobody else determine when I shouldn't do nothing. And that's where you're getting it wrong. That's where you're not having that respect. What I just talked about. Show some respect. I sit on over 125K XRP. No, boss. It was just a comment. Okay, what you naming about your XRP got to do with anything, Center? That does not mean nothing. I'm not impressed neither, Center. 125K XRP is not impressive to me. You can have 125K XRP and be at break even. That's not impressive to me. You talking about somebody who trades. You know what I'm saying? 125K, is not impressive. Can you go make 125K in 5 months? Not just, you know what I'm saying? Can you make 125K in 5 months? Can you make 125K in a month? Can you make 125K in 3 months? I get on YouTube. Y'all don't know what I really do. Some people do, but y'all don't know what I really do. I get on here just to provide perspective. But you throwing out figures of XRP, that don't impress me. Because before I came to crypto, before I came to XRP and talking about all this shit, I was a trader. I was a trader before all this. So that don't impress me. You throwing out, oh, I got 125K XRP. What the fuck does that mean? I know people that got millions of dollars. I know people that got $350,000. I ain't gonna talk about what I got. So I'm just saying that don't impress me. 125K. What does that mean? There you go, dude. What the shout out to you, Dundee. What the humble brag is that? That shit don't impress me, man. Like, oh, I got 125K XRP. So the fuck what? If you understand what I'm showing you, I could show you how to go make fucking $120,000 in a month. That ain't shit. And me talking to, if you came in late, clearly, me over here telling y'all about these XRP futures contracts, I'm trying to get y'all to understand that, motherfucker, you're gonna be able to multiply all kind of money. That don't impress me. You talking about somebody who deals with money every day, looking at these markets, day trading. That shit don't impress me. You talking about somebody who can go make fucking $1,200, $5,000 in 30 minutes. I got 125K XRP. But can you go make $5,000 a day? Y'all got in Jolly Ranchers. You funny, Livingston. You're funny. I agree with you, Frozen. Anyone who tells you how much crypto they have is extremely stupid. Someone sent me y'all page. Oh, well, let me see right quick. How crypto extremely stupid. Sir, I have been listening to you. What? I've been listening to you be some and many more. Y'all the only reason I know about XRP. Never heard of it until someone sent me y'all page. Okay, that's cool, TJ. That's very cool, but when you come to somebody's page, you learn how to be respectful. That's all I ask. But I'm not gonna hold y'all any much longer. To you, be Rush, Live Capital, and many more. Okay, TJ, all that shit irrelevant, bro. I don't care about nothing. Like, I don't care. Thank you for subscribing. If you want to learn how to trade, that's the only thing I deal with. If you want to learn how to trade, come over to the Patreon, sign up. I'm teaching beginner lessons. I'm about to start producing the pro lessons, and I'm going to start talking about crypto futures, traditional futures, foreign exchange. That's all I care about. I don't care about nothing else. I don't care about nobody else's channel. I'm going to respect everybody's channel, but if you follow me, y'all over here to get this value, get this hindsight, and learn how to trade. That's all I deal with. I deal with technical analysis. I don't care about none of it. I don't care about how much XRP you got. I'm sitting there over here trying to help other people accumulate XRP and other assets. And I don't care what they have. I don't care what they have. Money, that shit don't impress me. But the fact that he needed to lean on bag size show you he's unbothered. Shows that he's bothered. Oh yeah, definitely Dundee, definitely. But hopefully I entertained y'all a little bit on the way out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer. Y'all already know. Go back and watch the live stream, what I expect for the upcoming days and weeks. So just go back and watch it. I also talked about crypto futures. We're going to continue to expand on that as the weeks and days go by. I'm going to continue to research. Like, for example, when I get off this live stream, I'm coming over here to read all this. I'm going to come over here and read all this in detail. I'm going to go over and over it. This is from Coinbase, and damn, they even got math equations in here. But I'm definitely going to come over here and go over all this. This is Coinbase filings. And I appreciate y'all joining, man. I look forward to doing the next live stream. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe, hit that like button, sign up for the Patreon, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.